Good evening, everyone. It's Sunday. It's the end of the week. In fact, this is the last stream of July, and it's time for us to jump into some more good old Warframe. Hello, indeed, everyone. How are you all doing today? In case you're wondering, your eyes do not deceive you. There's been an update to the webcam. I'm not just a slightly different shade of blue or whatever today. No, I've had to update my webcam settings. Something had gone wrong in the software since an update, I don't even know how long ago, and finally figured out what I could do to fix it. So, fixed! But it also means that now there is a change of colour scheme, as it were. Not exactly the solution I was looking for, but it's the best I could do to make sure that the camera... I'd noticed there had been a flicker happening, and only yesterday managed to figure out what the hell was causing it. Turns out, an update to the software just broke the anti-flicker. So, thanks Logitech, you idiots. Yeah, that's a thing. But there we are. So, thought I'd just get out of the way, because I knew, especially those of you regulars here, would immediately be like, oh, hang on, wait, is something gone wrong on my screen? What? Ken, what? You're fine. You're fine. You're absolutely okay. All the same, welcome in everybody. Hope you have had yourselves a wonderful weekend. You might notice my laptop here spinning a very particular weapon indeed. It is the Fulmin Prime. Of course, went ahead and got hold of that one. That was not waiting until today. Oh, no. I had to get hold of that one ASAP. Spin. Stop. Yeah. Beautiful. Had to get that one ASAP. And not only has it got this beautiful new look to it, but also has come with a new sound design. So that is quite interesting. On top of the stat changes all throughout the Fulmin. You might also notice, if you have a look at the stats on the side here, that I've not just obtained it. No, I didn't acquire this 5 minutes ago or something. It's already formed. Craft, well hell yeah, it's already formed, it's already built. It's ready to go. It doesn't need 9 former, thankfully. I've managed to actually put on my core build for it in just 5 former, which is impressive considering it only came with 1 polarity. Not quite sure why I needed 9 on the first one, or something like that. But anyway, it's there. It's fully equipped. It's ready to go. When I say I'm missing one more piece of the Fulmin Prime, the receiver. Also getting the Argo and Val and Wisp Prime crafted, and they finish tomorrow. Nice. Now on the topic of Wisp Prime, yeah, that one also takes a while to build, doesn't it? Because, you know, brand new Warframe, you got to build the parts, and then you actually got to build the frame itself, and mine's still got basically 2 days left on it, chat. It's basically got 2 days left on it. However, I am impatient. So now it doesn't. Yep, there we are. That's easy enough. The joys of having a little bit of plat lying around. Just a little bit. There we are. So, one brand new Wisp. Now, I don't actually remember what polarities Wisp normal comes with. I've already formed this twice, so I'm going to have a look to see how many polarities it's got. 3. I don't know whether I added in V's or VD, but it's got 3 polarities. Whereas Wisp Prime here with no former in it already has 3 in it as well. So there we are. It's gained 2 polarities. That's a positive there. Hell, it's worth it. It's worth it, I'd say, on that side. Plus, you know, you can have both the Prime details as well as the base detailing. And what are the actual stat changes between the Wisps? I haven't actually checked that yet. We get a teeny tiny bit more armor. We get a teeny tiny bit more shields. Okay, so Wisp Prime is actually worse at shield gating. And we get a teeny tiny bit more sprint speed. I think that might actually be a downgrade. Yeah, that's actually technically a downgrade, isn't it? Worse at shield gating. Interesting. Yeah, slightly more armor, but that's not going to make much of a difference in the damage reduction department, is it? That's an interesting choice in the current meta, to do that to Wisp. That is an interesting choice. Don't have to level up. These are base stats. These are base stats, because if I select this Wisp here, you'll see all of a sudden Wisp has gone up to, what's it, 225 shield? But then if I go back into the equip screen, it jumps back down again to 75. So you can see unleveled stats in here. These are base stats, and the level stats are like mods. They are modded bonuses. So yeah. We can see all the details there. She'll get in shambles right now, I know. Do I plan to make a video about the cold and punch changes? Or would I consider running Primal Frostbite now? Primal Frostbite, that will need to be reconsidered in light of the changes, absolutely. I do intend to do a video about all of the status effects, because since my last video on them years ago now at this point, there have been numerous changes, so it's about time to do a complete re-review of them. So I will be going over it from top to bottom. Yo, Flying Thoughts, I don't know if has the bot just... Yeah, the boss just not picked that one up. I suppose it's 25 on that side. It's all the same. Flo, thank you very much for the 25 bits there. So back from America, back to streams. Welcome back, Flo. I hope you had yourself a wonderful time. I hope you did. Maybe the motor's more effective. The abilities don't change on primes. The abilities don't change. I need to level these up so they're all base rank at the moment. In fact, only reservoirs is accessible. I've just got it out the foundry. But yeah, abilities don't change on prime frames. It's just the base stats. In this case, slightly more sprint, slightly more shields to the detriment of shield gating, and slightly more armor to the benefit of basically nothing. 25 armor points is not a lot. Really not a lot. Fair do, Flo. We won't go into that then. We won't go into that, yeah. It's interesting he chose to go up the shields, especially on Wisp, who has lower shields and health to begin with anyway, and has a health moat. They decided to improve the shields. I would say that's a surprise to me. That is a surprise. I would have expected armor, energy, sprint speed, if we're going to pick 3 stats. Because health wouldn't really make sense when you have the reservoirs, and shields is a clear negative to the meta as D have created it. Which is a strange one. But hey, it's not a negative that I'm going to worry about too much. I don't use shield gating as my primary or secondary form of defense on Wisp. It's not really that big of a deal. Lockie Sway first saying, just wanted to pop in and say I love the plat vid. Really thorough and well developed, especially enjoyed the 25th method. You're very welcome there, Lockie. Thank you very much for popping over and saying that. Appreciate it. I will say that video has not gone the way I expected. I don't know whether it's YouTube algorithm or a bad thumbnail or if I'm just out of touch. That video has not gone quite as I expected. That's how it goes, I suppose. That's just how it goes. But hey, this looks so weird with standing animation set. Yeah, I get you. Alright, let's at least fix that for you. So first things first, animation, Wisp Agile, there we go. And just to compare from the other Wisp, let's see, what was it we were using? Broker Prominence, there we go. Alright, so Wisp Prime, Appearance, Sindana, Broker Prominence, there we go, and copy the main colours. There we are, lovely. So now YouTube's algorithm at least can't be annoyed about that. There we are. I have protected my channel from being demonetized for looking at the backside of Wisp. All sorted. I'll say I haven't watched the plat video yet because I've been busy with real life stuff. Get into it after the stream. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You get around to it when you get around to it. Yeah. You're the same man to like the Wisp Prime store. Looks like a Tangler or something. Yeah, fair enough. To each their own. What if I do a little bit of randomization? I mean, actually, that first randomization has done some work. I gotta say, that's not the most clashing set of colours I could have randomized into. That actually really works. I'm surprised. Spider Wisp? Okay, now you've ruined it, Idol. Now you've ruined it. And I was about to say Pepsi Wisp. Now you guys have really ruined it. Gee. So here was me thinking, oh yeah, great colour combination. Spider-Man and Pepsi. Thanks. Colgate Wisp. You guys are horrible. You guys are horrible. Right, I'm grabbing a second loadout. I'm keeping those colours for now. And I'm grabbing a second loadout to randomise instead. Let's just re-sign down on this. You guys are monsters. Okay. Let's try again. Random. See, now that just looks basic. In fact, the not black.
Hi Ken, back from 59-hour work week. Excited for today's stream.
59-hour work week. Yikes, Diabetic Coma. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. I think that is a rest well earned on your side there. Absolutely. Good lord. Good lord. Yeah. This is a very old school colour palette for me because it's basically the Oregon, which I've used on a lot of different frames. So that's off black, the white, the blue, the gold. If I just step us through some of the frames here, if we go, you know, Equinox, if we go through Avara, if we go through Limbo, if we go through Trinity, go through Original Wisp. Mesa doesn't have the blue on it, but you see, I've used that colour scheme with some slight variation about a bajillion times over. You know, that one's kind of done the do. We can leave that one where it is. So I'm not going to go for another of that. Ew. Ew. See, now that just looks kind of cryptid. This looks like it's crawled its way out of Deimos. Which, I mean, I'm not against. Wisp Pride? Yeah, okay, now I'm rolling it. I don't need to be reminded of that Revenant Pride. No. Nope. Reverse Spider Wisp. So, Fly Wisp? Programmer Wisp? Doesn't make a web, it works on the web. I don't know. Lolabro say, hey Ken, like to host a Wisp set giveaway, is that possible? Not on the channel here. Not on the channel here, just to keep a proper separation from the giveaways which are actually hosted through this channel. If you want to give away a set to someone, you're more than welcome to get in touch with someone, but I wouldn't be looking to just do a set giveaway through someone else like yourself there. Just to keep a proper separation on what I'm running in terms of giveaways and what I'm not. I'll just say, hey, when a new Incarnate dropping? Tomorrow. You are in fact, let me see here, just shy of 5 hours, no, just shy of 6 hours too early. I think in less than 6 hours the new Incarnate should be here. These colours, you know what, I'm not going to stick, I'm just going to roll again. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. If we get the Signdana to copy in. That's not terrible. It's much more subdued than a lot of setups can go for. We've got the colours there kind of bringing in, they match into the Breach Surge a bit. Yeah. No, don't worry about it. If you are set to give away to someone, find someone in need and literally give it away rather than raffling it through. I appreciate the offer, it's just not what I'd look to do. I have other plans in mind which conflict, I'll be quite honest. I was saying, set a shine on it with pink. Also, it will take it a bob. I'm not sure what you were saying there. I'm not sure what you're saying there. So we got two sets of colours here. Honestly, between the two, coming back to this one now, this one actually seems a little bit too, dare I say, almost too Power Rangers. Whereas this is actually nicely complementary. Yeah. This one is actually quite nice and complimentary. I think I prefer that. The randoms are working. Keep both and change once in a while? Yeah. I want you guys' opinion. Let's do a quick poll on this. Which of the two do you prefer? If I had to do a quick poll on this here, which better, just in terms of the colours? So we've got A, which is the Pepsi one, or B, which is, I'm going to call it chocolate orange. Just give you guys a moment on that. You get to poll. Which better, A or B? Pepsi or chocolate orange? There's your Pepsi one. Let's get the Signdana to match him for now. There we go. It's not intended to be a Pepsi one, but that's just how someone referred to it. And then this is B. This is the chocolate orange. The blue one changed to blue. What? Here, where? Orange with a bit more dark blue? So you're saying this particular blue should be darker? So something more like... I don't know if that'll be far enough down. It's more like... Oh, that'd be horrible. Ugh. That's clashing. You mean like that? The blue changed the blue. The blue is not really narrowing it down enough. Okay, I see we've gone for an exact 50-50 on the results there. I wonder if you are voting for your preferred one or voting to keep it 50-50, some of you. This is why I would prefer if Twitch couldn't show or didn't show the results as they're coming in. I would prefer if people could just, you know, vote. But there we are. Hello Slaffers, I like your YouTube videos, so thank you. Welcome on in. Hope you enjoy the stream as well. Option C, default. I mean, default works, but I'll be quite honest, default feels... Dare I say it, default feels like it's come straight out of World of Warcraft or Raid Shadow Legends or something like that. It's just so typical, in a sense, of having the dark purples, kind of subdued backing colour to it, just the main but slightly less saturated, the green flowing energy up throughout, golden trimmings. To me, it looks like it's come straight out of one of those kinds of high fantasy genres, rather than more sci-fi warrior. And I get that Wisp is rather fantastical, don't get me wrong there, I do understand that. But it just looks a little too far down that side. Just a little too far down. So that's why I'm not focused on that one. Looks like something out of Destiny. I've never played Destiny. Never really focused much on the aesthetics of it, so I couldn't say on that. Couldn't say on that. Of these two, I think I'm going to prefer this as the main. And that energy colour, however, I'm going to change out. Because that is probably going to be problematic. Let's get a... let's just have a subdued colour, shall we? Let's go with that. We'll get effects. We'll be able to see them, but they'll be very, very minimal. What's the backstory of Wisp, by the way? I kind of glossed over Ballas's rambling explanations because, let's face it, Ballas in the trailers just says a load of nonsense. So I'm not really sure, to be quite honest with you. I'm not really sure on the nature and origin of Wisp. Does this give us any indication? Wisp floats between the material and the ethereal. Nope. No, that doesn't help us. Okay. Who doesn't want to punch Ballas? I mean, if you exclamation mark Ballas, you'll see what my reaction to Ballas is. Exclamation mark Ballas on that one. Anyway, this Wisp needs leveling, it needs upgrading, it needs turning into the proper Warframe it needs to be. And first things first, we need to slap on a Orokin reactor, don't we? There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. I've completely forgotten the build that I had on Wisp Original, so let's just check Wisp Original. And you know what, I'm going to do myself a favour and just link that. If a little tip here, a little tip for all of you who don't want to bother your clan with link messages, but you'll notice that there's no squad chat. Set yourself to solo. Set yourself to public again. Boom, I have a squad chat. Ah. There's plenty of you who've already known how to do that, or do similar methods. But yeah, that way you can create a squad chat of just you, which is useful for storing builds. So I'm going to link the config into my squad chat, which goes to no one but me. And then I can refer back to that one. Nice and easy. I don't know if I can apply this directly to Wisp Prime. I don't think I can. No. That would be nice. D+. D+. Anyway, it says up there, so what I had been using on a default loadout was... Yes, we got flow, adaptation, strength duration, more strength, double strength, little efficiency, rolling guard, augmented energized grain power. Alright, let's carry that over. Let's carry that over. So, growing power. Why is that a dash polarity? Sorry, what polarities did Wisp come with? I thought Wisp was a one polarity. I figured Wisp was one polarity, but does Wisp actually come with two? And I changed the. Yes! Wisp comes with two, and I changed the aura instead. Right, okay. That's where the other former went. I see. So we've gained a dash polarity. That's the only change there. That's not as nice as I thought then. Never mind. Not as nice as I thought. But that's fine. That's fine. We can work with this. We'll work on it anyway. So I had Transient Fortitude. I had Primed Continuity, Primed Flow. I had Rolling Guard. Let's see, add Adaptation. Don't know if I want to keep Adaptation on there, but that's what I had. I'll figure stuff out once we've got it fully leveled. I had... It was Intensify. I had August Secrets. And, yeah, because of the lack of capacity, I'm missing that other mod, which was the Efficiency. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world to do that. And then Molt Augmented, and was it Energize I had? I'll pop on Energize. Can't go too wrong with Energize, to be honest. Idle say, by the way, did you know you can link the mod config of your base Wisp and it'll let you apply it to the Prime? I literally just checked the Idle Outlaw and it didn't. Here is my mod config Wisp. Yep, you can see it definitely the original Wisp because it's got the V polarity there, which I don't have on my Prime. Apply mods. That didn't come up a second ago. That didn't come up. I checked. You saw me check it. You saw me check it. I went, oh, D+. You saw me check it. What? Huh? Only works while you have the Prime equipped? Well, that's dumb. Alright. Alright. Yeah, maybe I just needed to have it equipped at the time. I don't know. Whatever. I'm glad you asked me, re-informed me of that, because otherwise I would have gone ahead and said, yep, that's just not a thing you can do. Turns out you can, it's just not necessarily always going to be where you expect. It's too early for the game to start doing this to me. It's too early. No. Just getting started. Alright, I'm going to leave the Fulmin with its default look for the moment, because I actually kind of like it. I'll be honest. And at a guess, I'm going to say it probably won't look great with those colours. No, that doesn't look great. No. Leave Fulmin as is for now. Leave Fulmin as is for the moment. Yeah, I think it says, as I said, I needed to equip the Prime and then it would be available. Because if I switch back to Wisp now, and then I open up this, Fly mods, yeah, the Prime's gone. And if I equip just some random Prime, like Wukong, apply mods, so it... Okay, right, I think I'm putting it together now. It allows you to apply it to the Warframe specifically, the one that the builders come from. So if you have a Wisp and you're looking at a Wisp build, you can put it onto your Wisp. And then it also has your equipped item as well. So you're copying the build from one Warframe to another because they do the same thing. I guess. Which we can verify further if I then see if I can do the same with the Fulmin. If I put the Fulmin config into here, there we go. And then if I equip, say, Vake or Het, because it just happens to be right next to it, If I go into Fulmin Prime, apply mods, Vacor is a different kind of weapon. Let me get a rifle. Dexiberus. Yes. Yeah, that works. Okay, so if you have equipped the same type of item, you can copy the build over. Huh. You learn something new, chat. Every day you learn something new, and today I have learned how the config application system works from mod configs. I see. Good to know. Good to know. Alright then. Yep, we're all learning. We are all learning. Alright then, so Wukong, get out of here. You've done nothing wrong, it's just... Okay. You've done nothing wrong. What is... I'm fairly certain this is not how you hold a Fulmin. Like... I've used a Fulmin for quite a while. I am pretty certain this is not how you hold the Fulmin. Like... Let's get back out and back in. There we go. That's a little bit more like it, isn't it? Good old animation glitches. Where would we be without them? Wouldn't be a Game Warframe stream without learning something? Exactly, yeah. Exactly. I got y'all covered. Can you see my Fulmin build? No. This is my standard go-to Fulmin build, and quite usefully, the Fulmin Prime isn't substantially different from the Fulmin in terms of what it actually does, so we can apply all the same stuff to it. We can apply all the same stuff to it, and it should still work. I do need to verify that it actually delivers a guaranteed impact proc to the same ranges, or to what range it does if not, so let's figure that out. Most of the buffs were to auto. Actually, most of the buffs were to the semi-mode. Believe it or not, most of the buffs were actually to the semi-mode. So, for those of you unsure as to actually what the buffs are, let me just compare these two side by side for you. You'll see that the fall-off range, we have gone up by 20%. Let's equip these the other way around. Green for new. New buffs. Why did I search Prime? So, the Fulmin Prime has 20% increased fall-off. That is a bonus to the semi-mode. It has an increased magazine, gone up from 60 to 80. That is a huge bonus. It applies to both semi and automatic. The reload time is now shorter, so that's a shorter delay until it starts recharging. Again, that applies to both the semi and automatic modes. The status chance has gone up on the semi mode from 16 to 22%, and the damage has gone up from 500 to 550. So that's a 10% damage buff directly. Meanwhile, the automatic mode has just had a critical chance increase from 28% to 34%, which is substantial. That brings it actually above the crit chance of the semi mode, whereas before it was behind it. So the crits on the automatic are now outright better than on the semi mode. But the semi mode remains the overall more powerful option if you can handle enemies appropriately. So yeah, overall, the buffs aren't that significant. It's not like it's gone from B tier to S tier or something crazy. It's not like the Incarnon tier upgrades to some ancient weapons that most people have forgotten about. However, it is still some nice buffs. 20% extra range, that's cool. Magazine increase of 1/3, that's definitely cool. Faster recharge time, that is cool. A little bit more damage, 10% more damage. You know, we fight over 10% all the damn day, so that's a bonus. Extra status, that can come in quite handily. And again, the extra crits on the automatic mode, that is a bonus. Some nice upgrades here. Hoodoo, so overwhelmed by all this, has decided to 2035 themselves and then say hi. Well, Hoodoo, I'm saying goodbye, at least for the next 33 minutes and 55 seconds. We'll see you later. If you didn't intend to get 2035, well, why did you keep clicking? I'm going to assume that you wanted that, because it does say in pretty big letters, you will be unable to chat for over half an hour, you have been warned. So, you probably intended it. But, welcome, goodbye. What's 2035? It's a number. In this context, 2035 is a reference to the fact that if you get permanently banned in Warframe, you get banned until the year 2035. So, you get 2035. In reference to that, there is an option on this channel here to spend 2035 channel points to be timed out for 2035 seconds. 2035 seconds is about 34 minutes. So bear that in mind. So I'm asking, is the recharge faster or just the delay? I believe it is just the delay. I'll need to check very carefully on that, but I believe it is just the delay. Diabetic wanting the rock. Sure. Let's grab that. Let's grab that, shall we? Does that mean 2035 is the last year of Warframe confirmed? They'll probably just move it along since then. They'll probably just move it along. But yeah, the increased range, real nice. The increased magazine, real nice. The faster recharge, that shortened delay is actually a real big deal. The Fulmin recharges 30 ammo per second. So that 0.3 second reduction is 9 additional ammo recovered per second, as it were. Or over time. You just get 9 ammo faster. And that may not sound like a lot, but it basically means that in the time you would have waited for it to recharge on the normal mode, on the normal weapon that is, the Prime will already have got back an entire extra shock and shock, because that's 10 ammo, and you'll get back basically 10 in 0.3 seconds. It's near enough a whole shot. So you got more shots, you get your shots back faster, they hit out further, they deal more damage, they deal more status, and if you switch to automatic mode, you've got more crits instead. Those are a series of buffs right there, absolutely. Nothing amazing, but enough to improve the feel and vibe of it. That plus it comes with 1 polarity built in. So I'm asking, does the fall off change much since it has a 9 meters of forced impact? So that is what I want to look into. That is something crucial to look into, and it's what we're going to be testing. Before we level up Wisp or anything, I want to know about that. Absolutely. What do I think you should build for on the Fulmin? Well, we'll be investigating that fully today as well.
The multitude of creatures you have
we'll be investigating all of that. Wonder what the ribbon disposition will be. I imagine the ribbon disposition on Fulmin Prime will settle a little bit below the normal Fulmin. Normal Fulmin is it about 0.9, 1.0? Let me check here. Fulmin ribbon disposition 0.8 currently. Okay, so I would imagine then that the Fulmin Prime will probably stop at around about 0.7. That would be my expectation, 0.7. What reload displays a delay? It does. That's what we were talking about. So that time there is how long until it starts recharging on a battery weapon, which means that 0.3 seconds you would have been waiting extra on the normal mode, on the normal weapon, I keep saying mode, on the normal weapon. The Prime weapon is 0.3 seconds of recharging. And at 30 ammo per second, that means 9 ammo recharged. Alright, I'm going to pause the music a moment. I know Diabetic just requested it. I'm going to pause it a moment. And let's give you a side-by-side. Let's give you a side-by-side of the new sounds. We sort this by name, put them right next to each other. So this is the Fulmin that you've come to know and love. And then if we switch to the automatic mode. Okay. And now we'll grab the Prime. It's got that more metallic hit to it. And the automatic. Again, I'm not sure quite how to describe what's going on with the difference on the automatic there. But there's more depth to the overall sound there. It's, dare I say it, almost messier. Because that drilling away. What's this? There's a lot of metallic jingliness. A lot of extra noise going on in that. I'll be honest, I'm not exactly hot on the automatic there. But the semi-automatic, yeah, I can get used to that. And the extra shots are nice. The extra shots are definitely nice. Oh! There is a change to the recharge sound as well. Hold on. Let me get these shots all gone. there's a bit of a digital sound to that. A little digital glitchiness compared to normal Fulmin. Which just has that amping up. And then if we bring out the Fulmin Prime again. Yeah, there's definitely almost a computerized sound going on. That little... I can't put it into words. I don't have the words for it. But a digital kind of extra undertone to it all. So there's a lot more of kind of an electrical focus to this weapon, isn't there? We were trying to listen to the gun, not you. This is why I like Carrot. Carrot doesn't make noise.
Excellent work, Tenno.
Oh,
this will help our cause.
Speaking of noise, that...
W Thick Engineer Seuss.
I am not sus. Absolutely not. Invasive Pollo. Very invasive. Living up to your name there. That really took me by surprise. But thank you very much for the £10 tip there. Really do appreciate it. Cheers very, very much on that one. Mm. Yeah, there was an impressive jump scare right there. Absolutely. Music off and everything. Trying to listen carefully to the details of a weapon. Suddenly Lotus. Appreciate you. Thank you very much on that. But yeah. Fulmin Prime sound design. Almost got a rhyme to it. You missed it? How do you mean you missed it? Corrupt policies. What are you missing? You missing the Fulmin? Smashers. Oh, it says someone else. Thanks. Thanks. Appreciate it. Right then, so, Fulmin. What I want to be knowing about then is the range at which we get that force impact proc. And this is currently fully modded, including additional projectile velocity, which is why it seems to be going so far. So I want to see where that's currently happening. I want to say I heard the Argo Veli's bugs with heavy attack self-damage. Excuse me. Yes, it is. D are already aware about it. It will be fixed in an upcoming hotfix. Freddy Queen, cheers. Cheers. Okay, so let's grab ourselves a testing enemy and let's get rid of Fulmin, because Fulmin will mess up tests. Fulmin just loves doing that. Let's switch to something that doesn't mess up things. Carrier. There we are. So, at what range do we get the guaranteed impact proc? So for starters, my maximum range... What was my maximum range again? It said maximum range on this build, 38.4 meters? Oh, damn. So here should miss, right? Yeah, here doesn't reach it. And if I go to there, that hit it. Interesting. I also got an impact proc there, that's a thing. Oh, I made him move slightly out of range. So, yeah, so no guaranteed impact there. I'm going to take off the multi-shot because that's going to mess with testing. That's going to mess with testing. So, multi-shot, piss off for a moment. Thank you. For that matter as well, you know what? Let's take out the viral status. Again, would mess with things for now. So, pretty consistent. Yeah, so we're definitely not getting the impact all the way out here, naturally. Are we getting it here? Nope. Here? Nope. Here? There was an impact. Impact. Okay. How far back do I have to go until that starts? Am I going to kill him first? Oops. There. There's the distance. Distance is currently 18 meters. 18 meters on that. Now, granted, I have got the bonus from what's it? Terminal velocity, but 18 meters is not the value I was expecting there. And that is, yeah, it's basically end of fall off near enough. So if I drop off the terminal velocity mod now, also verify for absolute certainty if that's having an effect. Let's mark the new guy. So let's go to 18 meters again. Actually, go to 17, just to be certain. No impact proc. Step in a bit. No impact. Step in. No impact. Step in. Impact. Try again to be certain it was that. Yeah, it was that. And that is now at 13 meters, which, given a slight bit of variation, is actually going to be probably actually about 12. Yeah, we're just seeing a height difference there. So it does seem to be that it is just shy of the actual fall-off stat. So it's around about the fall-off stat. If we compare that to the original Fulmin, which I should have a testing loadout on... Yep. Unmodded, just to test base Fulmin as is. If I go again to that 13 meters, we see no impact. 12, nope. 11, nope. 10, no. Still 10, but slightly closer, no. 9, 9, yes. 10, 10, no. Okay, yeah, so it was 9 on the normal. Wiki says 9 for impact on prime. The wiki has copied details for a lot of stuff, Ellie. Don't read the wiki just yet. Don't read the wiki just yet. Is the range buffed the Fulmin? The range is buffed the Fulmin, yes. We're just seeing exactly how buffed. Yeah, if I bring this in again to that 12 meters, sorry, that 13 meters. Okay, so not there. If I inch to just ticked into 12, impact. Not impact. Impact? Not impact. Oh. Slightly closer. Was I just getting lucky? Oh, I was getting lucky. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. What? Okay, now it's definitely happening every time. Oh, now he's staggered, so I've lost the range. That was that. Hello, Jeremiah. Yes. No, the force impact isn't gone. I just misjudged the range I was at, or when it was happening. So, recheck. 11 meters. Not forced. 10 meters. On balance of probability, that's forced. Stepping back to 11. But I was still getting it there. Like, beyond the balance of probability, I was still getting it there. Because, yeah, this is mostly electric, only a little bit impact. I mean, was consistent, and then it didn't happen on the last one. Yeah, I think I might be just on the edge of it, so that if I hit the side of him... If I hit the side of him, I get ever so slightly on the edge of the range, and maybe it's just something to do with frame rate. That would be my guess. Where it's deciding which pixel, which inch is it hitting it on. Something like that, I guess. But it looks like there is slightly higher range on it, a couple meters extra. I will say, I wish they had the recent changes with combo to guns now, so we can see where weapons have force procs. Oh god, yes. Yes! That would be amazing. For any of you who don't know what's happened there, if I just sort this by usage, get some really common stuff like the Redeemer Prime. Previously, and I've complained about this in multiple videos, previously you go into the combos and you're just like, well, this tells me absolutely nothing. It just tells me, hey, look, here are some moves, here are some names. You press E, and you just move.
Subscribed because good stuff.
Jeremiah, thank you very much for resubscribing there. Up onto 6 months, you got that lovely golden badge next to your name now. Thank you very much, I really do appreciate that. Oh. Cheers indeed. So, if you've looked at this before now, you've probably been a little bit dismayed at the complete lack of information. Oh, sure, you get names of moves, but what does it mean? Now, Now we can see! Now we can see! It's very, very simple. We can see automatic rumba, 125% attack. And it should say damage, but 125% damage attack on first and second. Then it's 150, then it's 200. And then on the third attack, there is a triple attack it's showing there. And we see this for the Magnum Mambo. We see this for the Lead Tango, and so on. I don't know why this one has a plus here. 1000% attack plus something. Something. But you see this one, during wall dash, attack, and ragdoll. This one, on the third attack, and impact proc. It shows you the procs as well. It shows you the procs as well. Now, I would have liked if it also mentioned, you know, range attack, but I suppose we can kind of very clearly see which one is and which one isn't by just using it. If I just use this here, you know that it's doing that. If I go tap, 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 and then there's the 3 attacks. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. So there's the swing around, out and in, I believe are the 3. It doesn't give you perfect information about everything that's going on, but it does give you so much more than just saying, press E. So much more. And the same can be seen here on this Stikana. You can see we have a double damage attack, a triple damage attack, a double damage attack with guaranteed slash proc, a triple damage with guaranteed lift, and a quadruple damage with a guaranteed knockdown. It's finally here! You can see the heavy attack. The heavy attack, it has the force knockdown. Finally! Finally, after all this time. Now I have one quick question. I have one very simple question for it. Just going off my own memory here. Automatic rumba, it says 125, 125, 150, 200, and then triple 300. I need to ask the wiki, does it agree? Bullet dance. Close enough. Close enough. So it turns out that the ranged attacks have a blast wave on them. A slam attack, which is not being mentioned here. And that slam attack has unique features as well. Close enough, I'll take it. Well, no, it's got forced procs. I'm not. It's a detail they've overlooked. Because if I shoot this next to him, you see he takes a slash proc. I'm not even hitting him, and he's taking a slash proc. So you can see that the gun is doing something else there. There's that radial slam attack. Delivering a tiny amount of slash. Compared to that, it's nothing. But the fact they've actually included anything. It's about time. So yeah, that is a huge, huge upgrade right there. Showing us what's supposed to actually be happening. So if we do see something weird, we know if it's a bug or not. And also, you don't have to go to the wiki every time you look at a stance and go, what the hell does this do? Finally. So, very, very, very good change. And it means you can look at something like this, and you can see, look at that. Look at the crazy amount of attacks involved here. Just absolutely insane amount. And that, if I just do a standing attack, you see what's going on. You see, you're not just being flashy. That's not one attack. That is a lot of attacks happening at once. So if I actually do it on the enemy, you'll see all those hits coming up. Boom. Also the upgrade where the damage numbers actually stay on the screen. Oh, so much better. So much better. I don't need to go through frame by frame to see the damage numbers from melee. Oh, so much better. So much better. There has been a lot of quality of life in this update. And, yeah, that just adds to it. Is that 7 attacks? Let's have a look then. 6. 6 attacks, it says. 6 attacks there. Which is still a lot. We've had some good stuff with this update. Ferret, you're looking for 2 Fs in raffle there. Nearly got it. More quality or more life? More quality of life. Quality of life is a single unit thing. Anywho, if we could have that now for all weapons, you know, if it would say extras, force procs, things like that, that'd be great. Or an extras tab, a details tab, something up here we can step into, advanced information, something like that, that'd be great. That would be great. Hydroelectric asking, how do I figure out how much my ribbons are worth? Anyone? Yeah, the ribbons command won't work for that raid because that's not where it is. Hydroelectric, I've got you covered on that though. If you head on over to my Discord, !Discord on that, in the Warframe main channel, if I just bring this up here, make sure I'm not doxing anything. One moment before I switch over my screens. Alright. If you head on over to Warframe main, you head to the pinned messages here, and it is this one right here, ribbon pricing. Basically, I go into a breakdown as to how you can price your ribbons. I walk you through the whole process right there. So head over to Discord. That way you've got the reference, and you know you've got the entire rest of the community to help out on that side of things. Absolutely. Got you covered on the Discord, because that one's just best covered that way. Alright, switch the screens back around again. There we are, which should be all good. Alright, let's put the mods back onto this now, because we verified that terminal velocity does indeed increase the range at which we get that impact proc. So if I'm all the way at distance here, I'm, what's that, 15, 16 meters away it said? 16. Definitely outside the range we tested a moment ago. Impact and electric simultaneously. Impact, impact, impact. They're electric, but that's because they've been staggered back to 19 meters. We go back in range. Impact, 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 impact. Yeah. Definitely done there. So, terminal velocity, definitely what you want to be using on the Fulmin and Fulmin Prime. It does increase the range at which you get the forced impact procs. That's a positive. Beautiful. Right, let's slap the rest of these back on. Magnet Force, Rhyme Rounds, and it was the multi-shot chamber. Yeah, projectile speed affects the forced impact range, absolutely. Which also means, by the way, there is a synergy with Zephyr. For those of you who may not know this about Zephyr, Zephyr's turbulence ability has a augment jet stream, increases movement speed and projectile speed for Zephyr and her allies. Projectile speed by 100% multiplied by strength. So basically your strength value in bonus. So when I have turbulence active, this is basically tripling the range of my Fulmin. Which also, as we've just demonstrated, will triple the range of the forced impact procs, which means that internal bleeding will still benefit. Roadcaster asking, internal bleeding still works if you reach the impact proc cap? Yes, because you don't get internal bleeding on the enemy having a proc on them. You get internal bleeding triggering on delivering an impact proc. So even if you hit the cap, you're still delivering an impact proc, so you can still deliver a slash proc from that as well. As I can actually probably just demonstrate right now. So we've got the full setup here. We are definitely going to hit that impact proc limit. Favorite Warframe? Lavos. So here we have a brand new enemy. So I've hit the impact limit. You see I'm still applying more slash. The slash got all the way up to 12. Impact stayed at 5. Definitely applying the additional procs there. 100%. Jetstream pretty strong? Jetstream pretty strong, yeah. Hydra say, I don't know if it's just me, but using kinds so much, regular primes feel weak. I mean, yeah. Yeah. If we were to compare Fulmin Prime to, oh, I don't know, if we just bring out the Velox. We'll just compare the two for a moment there. Let's add another one in. Have they? They've stacked on the spot, haven't they? This is really weird when the sim does this. I thought I transformed that. Okay. Maybe not the best choice. Maybe not the best choice. I mean, these are Steel Path 190 XMI. Let's grab Burston. Now this has got none of my stacks on it, so it's not going to be anywhere near as strong as it could be. But it kind of go burr. Well, that's with no stacks on it. In fact, if I go Eximus... Oops, not you. Bring in a few more. Why not? And now we can see the stacks applying. Yeah, that last one just kind of fell over, didn't he? That last one just kind of fell over. Let's get 20 of these in. The biggest delay in me killing them is because I can't see where they're swinging their head to through all the damage numbers. Because headshots are best shots. Now when you see a weapon putting this out, it's going to be hard for the Fulmin to kind of compare to that. Granted, I'm not going for any punch streak here, so I'm killing them one by one. The Fulmin is going to win on that. But for single target demolition... Oops. Self-kill. Not bad there. This kind of go burr. There's a reason I used it against the Eidolon in the most recent video. Not because it's better, it go burr. But then we have the build I've made for this. Let's see how you compare. So first, we got to get the stacks. Well, we didn't even break the Overguard yet. Give me a second here. Slash is better against the armoured bit rather than the Overguard bit. I mean, I could do a Mercy kill. Right, we got one. Damage stacks are not going to be maintained because I'm not using Deadhead, but we have got the multi-shot stacks. There we go, another one down. Let's go for multi-hits now. One of the benefits of Slash is that once you've got enough on the enemy, you can just walk away and you know they will die. I think that's actually kind of proven itself. These are Steel Path. Yeah. Steel Path level 190 Xmas units. Granted, they're Xmas troopers. But I wouldn't say that's really slacking, would you? Does Fulmin need gun condition overload? I highly recommend it. If the Fulmin Prime is anything like the Fulmin, then, well, it should be, they're multiplicative. So yeah, when you can get crowds of them, yeah, it kind of gets somewhere. Do we know if cold and punch procs make Overguard take more damage? I would assume so, but I haven't expressly tested that as yet. I would assume so, though. It would be weird if they didn't, from the descriptions given. But yeah. Endurance runners be like literally unplayable? Yeah, endurance runners. They are looking for a different kind of content to what I talk about. So I don't focus on it. Pure and simple. So I'm going to say white and black outline is readable in all backgrounds except on other white and black outline numbers. It's just, there's just so much on screen these days. If we're going to go down the damage numbers route, in terms of upgrades, an upgrade I would like to see is single target combination. So have it where all damage dealt to a single target by you is just one constantly updating number above their head if it's still within the damage interval. You see this in games like Apex, you can see it in, I believe, Team Fortress 2 can use a similar aspect. I've seen it in various places, so instead of seeing all the damage numbers from like a million different hits, just one growing number, and again tick up the procs as well. Now that would be less readable in terms of trying to figure out, okay, which procs came from what damage, absolutely. But that's when you don't need to know which procs hit from which damage instance. That's when you're just going, how much damage have I actually done to this guy right here? Because that would also, in my opinion, include damage over time, so the number should linger for 2 seconds, so any DOTs tick it up as well. Have that as an option. If we're going for the damage number improvements, that's the one I would also like to see. Because I think that would just be the chef's kiss on it. Because look at the amount of visual noise that those procs are creating right there. When I go absolutely ham with this, with the Burston, the amount of visual noise these numbers make is actually a little bit obscene. Yeah. I was saying, making a toggle can't be that much harder, surely. Toggles themselves aren't necessarily too hard, but then it does mean another thing that needs to be tested against various different UI setups. The bigger issue would be in the actual implementation. That's not something you can just kind of go, import damage calculation. They need to actually make it happen in the game scene, and God knows how much spaghetti that'll be working with. Yeah. Grillos, mind if I ask your preference in build design? Do you prefer having a comfortable leeway in frame builds, or do you prefer high activity with absolute maximum numbers? I prefer leeway, to be quite honest. I prefer leeway. I prefer being able to play the game without having to act like I am some MLG pro fighting for their life in a $10,000 tournament or something stupid like that. I like to be able to play my weapons and my frames casually, because let's be real, Warframe is predominantly a casual game. That's why I picked it up over becoming some CSGO pro. I'm not a pro player. I'd like to say that I am pretty pro when it comes to mathematics, but that's different. For policies, and myself free Prime Access. Hey, enjoy your Prime Access. Enjoy, and thank you for supporting Warframe, I guess. Use respect to legacy damage number to clear the screen. Let's see if we're going to do damage better. I've got that versus... Where is it? This. That's not really clearing my screen all that much, especially when I've got more rapid fire things like the Burston. It's different, but it's not that much different. Do I have a math degree? No, I do not. And I could remove the damage numbers entirely, but I do like to actually see when I've hit things. So yeah, those linger on screen longer around the enemy. So that does cover more of the screen for longer, I will say that. More of the enemy for longer. So there is that downside there. But again, that comes down to, as I say, that single holding damage number of how much you've done. What do I say is the best Warframe to nuke and what build? Thanks. It depends on the kind of nuke you're looking to do. On that note, Triceptimus Prime, I actually have a video about nuke frames in Warframe, so I recommend you check that out. Head on over to my YouTube channel, The Kengineer, same name, or just !YouTube. I think !nuke also links you directly to the video, so either which way I got you covered. Data saying, to me, the more automatic mode of Fulmin is for breaking nullify balls than anything else. It's also useful if you are looking to get the full headshot bonus on an enemy that is perhaps more resistant to everything else you're trying to throw at it. We have a look at the damage numbers here. It looks like this one's doing absolute work in comparison. I mean, the fire rate 1.73, the damage 5,000 odd. It should just be superior, right? So this one's only 300 and fire rate's only 7. This, however, is the benefit of range, so that's a positive. It's got infinite range and near pinpoint accuracy. But on top of that as well, we can get the huge headshot multipliers coming into it. So if you go for the headshots on this, effectively you're going to multiply your damage by about 6, because you're multiplying up both the crit multiplier and you get the triple damage headshot bonus. Bring this up by 6, you're looking at about 1800, and then when you compare the fire rate, it's about on point, but again with the infinite range. But yeah, the primary mode, the semi-automatic, is pretty much the go-to on the Fulmin. The automatic is a side grade. Basically, it's a built-in side grade. You get 2 guns in one. One for up close and personal, one for a bit more distant. Seen 500 strict builds, they're just kind of memes. I mean, yeah. Memes are memes are memes are memes everywhere, really, on that side. Most of Warframe tends to be a meme one way or another. Alright, let's get these leveled up. I've been nicking around long enough with rank 0 on them, especially Wisp Prime here. Wisp Prime is currently unable to access most of her kit. I need to fix that. So let's grab Fulmin. Let's get out of here, now that we've verified the power of the Fulmin. And I don't think I have any kind of boost to help me out on this one, so let's go fix that. I'm hoping this has come off of cooldown. Let's pop into... obviously. Let's pop into here, activate the blessing if I can. I'm hoping it's come off cooldown. Okie cookie. Wispy, wispy, wisp. I'll be honest, these colours are actually growing on me. This setup I've got here. Very unique look to it. Oh, come on! That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. 33 minutes out. Oh, done myself dirty there. Done myself dirty. That's unfortunate. Oh well, we'll just go without. Time for a shield blessing? No. No. In fact, Wisp Prime has more than a shield blessing versus ordinary Wisp already, so definitely no. Definitely no. Still an interesting choice on D's part there, but you know, hey, whatever. Whatever. Alright, I'm just going to go straight into Sanctuary Onslaught. How do you pronounce Hiku? That's how I do it, Hiku. I don't know if that's correct or not, so don't take my word for it, but how I pronounce it is Hiku. Alright, so we've got K9 and Naros, we have a Vault, we got a Zaku, we got an Unranked Limbo with Void Cage, whatever that weapon is. Let's get cracking. That's how you pronounce it? Yeah, fair dude. Doesn't mean you're correct, just means you've asked some other random dude on the internet. If you want to know how to pronounce it properly, best to look it up and see if it is an established word somewhere. And if it isn't an established word, and if DE haven't pronounced it, then it has no pronunciation. Plus accent's terrific. Alright, the one buff I can give gives me a lot of help. You said Hikaru? Hikaru? What? For Hiku? Where's the extra syllable coming from? Limbo, I hate everything you stand for. Dodge that. Jock saying I say haiku? Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know the origins of the word to know what kind of regional reference I'd be looking towards. Like whether I'd be wanting to use a Chinese origin is so common in a lot of Warframe stuff, or if it might be Japanese, or if it might actually be European origin, where it might be South American origin. I don't know. First he had a D to it, then an R? What? Nah, what? I'd say usually so long as someone knows what the hell you're talking about, you're probably okay. But Hikaru does not match in any way to Hiku, H-I-K-O-U. There's not enough letters for that many syllables. Certainly not that type of syllable. You might get away with Hikoil, trying to pronounce the O and U separately. Hikoil. But even that is a massive stretch. Nah, I don't see it going any other way there. Haiku or Hiku, those I can see. You told her, ask Ken. I've just realised we got the both here. I see. Okay, ask engineer how he'd pronounce it. Oh dear. Well, I mean, hold on. If you decided to defer to my judgment and I've judged against you, you chose that. You chose to go by my judgment. You deferred to me as an authority, so you've chosen at this point. You could have gone to look it up. You could have gone to Google or something else. You chose to come to me. You've served yourself up on this one. Very convenient that I'm host here because I think almost everyone, yeah, I think everyone left there. One new person's already joined. That's a thing. Nice of them to leave without ranking me up, probably. I'm saying Hiku Japanese for flight is pronounced with very short Haiko. Haiko? Hako? I did say defer to where the origin is. So is that Hiko or Haiko? Hiko? I'm trying to remember the little bits of Japanese I've learned like 20 years ago and it's just not working for me. Like Hiko? Ah, Hiko would make more sense, wouldn't it? Again, Japanese origin. Hiko like Ippon? Hiko? Like ka, not ko. Let's pronounce H in it. Hika. So, this is really not working with me right now. A short hit sound, and then a ka as the main focus syllable, but not too much on the H. A cow. Hika, hikao, hika. I'm getting close. I feel I'm getting close. It's just not there. I need to hear it from someone who's actually Japanese. So there we are. Short E, long O. See, that just sounds like some kind of weird euphemism. Oh yeah, he's a short E, long O kind of guy, if you know what I mean. And grab the IPA. Not a bad shout. I have referred to IPA pronunciation for a number of different words in Warframe to try and help me out. And DE certainly don't. Clever. Just saying. Just saying. I may have actually looked that up and done my absolute best to try and emulate a Finnish pronunciation there rather than cooler though.
A data conduit is open. Go now.
I put in the effort.
Do not weep for these creatures. They are immortal. They can and have.
Alright, no, I wanted to switch. There we go. I've actually put down 2 health ones, but who cares? I do like the new reservoirs as well.
For you,
they're pretty.
Failure has real life consequences.
They are pretty. Heat like a single, very short laugh. He. And then co in like in coexist. Hiko. There's hicco. Like hiccup for someone who's mispronouncing it. That's not helpful at all. Hiko. Ready? I think we're finally there. I think we are finally there. Ay, 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 ay. It's bad enough trying to figure out what pronunciation is supposed to be happening in English words. It's even more difficult in words which were not actually English, but translated into an English script to try and help us out. Or I should say a Latin script. Eco. Yeah. Do I pronounce it HUD or HUD spelled out? HUD. Just HUD. I treat it as an acronym, not an initialism. Yeah. Okay, so I haven't undergraduate Japanese, HK just the same. I just like the one in French, with you there. And, or Spanish, and OU is a longer O. No. No, this is why I stick to one language, English. And also sarcasm. And maybe some other words thrown in that I've stolen from other places, but that's because I'm British to deal with it. But mostly no. I can't, no. I cannot do it. I do not can this. Nay good, mate. Pronounce it fully every time, heads up display. I mean, I also do that. Not all the time, but I do also pronounce, or just say heads up display sometimes rather than HUD.
Just confirming something, if both faction and element damage is at 0%, would I be better off using elements as my last mod in a build?
As a general all-rounder, obviously yes. As a faction-specific thing, it depends on the element, because Toxin will allow you to kill Corpus much faster by bypassing their shields a lot of the time. Heat has additional properties against Ugania, but then you may also be taken away from plot priority, such as if you wanted to go for a slash build. Throwing in random heat might actually make it worse. A faction build can be better, it can be worse. It really comes down to what are you using and what against. But Dylan, thank you very much for the 100 bits on the question there. I appreciate that very, very much. What's the situation you're trying to choose between them? I mean, given that if 0% on each, I'm guessing that there's not really a specific situation in mind, more generic. I would say a single element is probably your better choice just overall, and I would usually go Heat, unless you're against Corpus, in which case I'll go Toxin. Because 90% damage is going to be 55%. The procs there that you get are going to be better than most physical procs, unless you have a predominantly slash weapon against predominantly armoured units, in which case then slash faction is better. Melee Kalevo, so crit chances by far not a concern. Okay, Melee Kalevo. Kalevo doesn't carry over status procs to other targets through Collective Curse, but the damage they deal is carried over. Likewise with the elements, the elemental damage will be carried over, the elemental proc scores won't be carried, but the effects of them will be. To that end, it's all the same reasoning again. It's all the same reasoning again. If anything, more reason to use the element because the slash isn't going to matter as much as you can hit someone who is minimally unarmored to bypass the armor of the others through Collective Curse. So, if I had to pick element. If I had to pick, element seems to be the option. I hope that answers your question there, Dylan. Fully and simply at the same time. Hello there, Moon. Hope you're doing well. Fly asking, do you know where the pyramids are in Egypt? Oh, right, no, not asking, making a joke. I see, yeah. Just have a go at my country. Go right ahead.
Our experiment moves to a new zone.
Treat us like the laughing stock we are. That's fine. The British historically have stolen a lot of stuff, it's true. And we'd steal more given the opportunity. Also true. It's apparently the British way. I've resorted to seeing mannerisms and interesting ideas rather than, you know, ancient sculptures, artwork, land. But it's true that the British have kind of got a history, haven't we? Now, one downside of Wisp here with internal bleeding, it might not be too detrimental overall, but it's still a thing to be aware of, is that because Wisp gives you a fire rate boost, it reduces the trigger rate of internal bleeding by half. Or to half, I should say, not by half. So instead of having a 70% trigger rate, it'll have only a 35% trigger rate, which puts it only slightly better than Hunter Munitions with the semi-automatic, while still having no effect on automatic mode. So Hunter Munitions is possibly the better pick if you're using the Fulmin on Wisp. Unless you just forego any kind of firing buff. Whereas with the firing buff, you can just kind of go all out at that point. Honestly, I talk about seeing stuff as British? With this stream? For you to bring it up right then, though? I don't know that. I might have. My brain might be a sieve again, but I don't know that. Clipper, it didn't happen. I just realised I'm alone in trying to level my Wisp here. This is not how you're supposed to level up with Warframe. You're supposed to get other people to level it up for you. Have I got around to play with the new ornaments yet? Just one, Varuna's one, and it is everything you want it to be. It does exactly what it says on the tin, and it, honest to God, makes Varuna's 4 actually fun to use. Like, you could just go full on, I'm just a, basically, Varuna goes full furry. Basically. She's rejected humanity, gone full furry, and is just swiping out at everyone whilst making kind of slightly awkward noises. Yeah. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. I haven't tried out the others of yet. However, the Protea one sounds pretty darn spicy. The Stynax one I have heard all kinds of crazy things about. So, sounding pretty good. I've forgotten the fourth one. The fourth one has actually left me. Fish sticks or hot dogs? Do I have to pick one of those? I don't know if I want either of them. Do you get more frame XP when you kill with abilities of the frame? Yes. If you kill with the ability of the frame, 100% goes to the frame. If you kill with the gun, 50% goes to it. And if someone else kills, 25% goes to it. Have the Rune Augment thinking of the Raw build? Maybe. I did it without Raw in my most recent video. Granted, not Steel Path demonstration, but still, level 100 enemies. Yeah, it was good work. As in one-shotting everyone I cast it at, and I could just cast it at everyone I saw, which was nice. That's getting a bit of work done, isn't it? How are we looking here? Level 26, a little bit further to go. Yeah, not having Varuna run on all fours was a bit of an interesting choice, but be how it be. It be how it be. Psychic Augment allows constant overgating, there's no cap. Well, that's a thing, isn't it? That is indeed a thing. Much like this Fulmin is indeed a thing. I'm just kind of pointing in the general direction of enemies, which is probably why I'm so bad at Apex, because you can't do that there. It's fun. How are we doing? Level 28. A little bit further!
Go now.
I'm just going to keep going. I don't care to get anyone new in right now. Just keep going. Yay! Core Burst, the most annoying of them all. Breach Surge. Did not cover enough of them. Oh, gonna die. Get my pet up. Yeah, I could probably do with putting future reservoirs somewhere after this. That would be nice. How are we doing? Still 28. My meter? Yeah. It only makes sense to level up my Fulmin Prime, alongside the pet that was named in honour of the Fulmin. It's determined. Going alongside my Catchmoon Primary, which is the not Fulmin. That's literally its name. I am very creative. Come on, 29, nearly there. Nearly there. Let's just beat for a bit. Oops, hello. Come on, perish. Thank you. This ability's always been a bit disappointing, hasn't it? Like, it could be so much more and it just isn't. I know I'm saying that with it not fully leveled, but even then. It could be more and it isn't. Especially against armor units. That's just sad. But that got us max ranks, and we're all good now. There we are.
Opened a new data conduit. Proceed immediately.
There we go.
Seeing the organs. Interesting history, it brings up a question of, how can a society be so intelligent, yet so dumb at the same time? They made the prime gear, then went and offed themselves using their own tech lol.
I mean, a society isn't homogenous. It could be both smart and dumb simultaneously. Hell, even smart people are both smart and dumb simultaneously. It just depends on what topic you're talking about. Someone can create some incredible technology and also be a complete lunatic at the same time. But Dylan, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Appreciate you. Get that 8th zone? Nah. Don't matter. There's nothing over there that I really need so much as to spend another 2.5 minutes on it for the hell of it. Don't need it. Oh, you, down here. Right. There we go. Fully leveled up. We've got Wisp actually back to where she needs to be, which means I now need to put a former onto this to unlock the power there. I have an aura former, so why not? Let's just slap that in. I've just got one lying around, so why not? And that can go in the X-list. Let's actually open that up. And then I'll figure out what I'm putting there in a moment. But now I can go into ESO, which should be a bit faster for leveling. Just a little bit faster. Maybe. Potentially. Hopefully. Preferably. Huge reservoir, go! Yay! little bit of a hitch there. That's weird. No, do not burn me. I do not like being burned. It's fine. I will go invisible for a bit. Ta-da! Although I may not look like it, I am now completely invisible. It's a wedding dress. Only for a short time. It's about to run out. There it goes. But for a moment I was invisible. Walking, brilliant scientist, virtually no social skills. Was it virtually no social skills? It doesn't seem to have been too terrible in the few bits I've seen, but then again, PR people can help out with that. There are people's entire jobs devoted to making inept people look less inept, so I guess we don't really know for certain. At least I don't. Here's all good. Rip that guy. In fact, rip all of them. All the enemies here are having a very, very bad day. And I am happy to help them on that journey. Right, I'm not level. Let's continue forwards. Don't know if my Kivat's going to ever proc some bonus affinity damage. It doesn't seem like it's trying very hard at the moment. Oh, host migration! Yay! What has happened to my ship? Excuse me. Hello, Iceman. How you doing? Welcome in. All right. Let's just go invisible for a second. Cast this, and I've got no allies now. Yay! Host migration. Oh well, that's what I get for going on public. Yep, dodge that. So many status procs. You know what? I need to increase range. Pop. That's a bit better. Little dashes through. Certainly keeping these guys on their toes. Yeah, the Oricans were pretty doomed on the whole, treating themselves like gods thing, because, you know, they weren't exactly immortal. They were cheating death, but they were not immortal. As we, the demo, pretty resoundingly proved. It was a very grisly end for them. Very well deserved, I suppose. If you all go stealing children's bodies just so you can live longer, that's, yeah, it's kind of considered a pretty evil thing. I can certainly feel the difference here in this Fulmin versus the normal one, in how liberally I can fire off shots. Because I've got those extra shots and they recharge that a little bit sooner, a little bit quicker. It's only a small difference, but it is a noticeable difference, I will say. Alright, I'm going to dip out this round because, you know, it's not really leveling me very quickly. I would like to have someone else in here getting kills as well. It does make it faster.
Hunter, you are running out of time. Enter the data conduit.
Yeah, a lot of people's main complaints with the Fulmin has been the ammo recharge. So this is an improvement to it. More shots and faster recharge.
The sanctuary will go on without you.
Invasive Boyo offering to help. You know what? Why not? Why not? As I've said, despite having a battery, Fulmin's ammo did feel quite limited. Yeah, if you were spamming it, absolutely yeah. Whereas if you were using it for select targets and then moving around, like an exterminate mission, a constantly on the go mission, rather than survival, you wouldn't feel anywhere near as much. It's just one of those things, really. Did I buy the Prime Access or did I farm it? Technically neither. Technically neither. A friend of mine was on a string of very, very good luck, and so they actually traded me 3 of the Wisp parts and 1 Fulmin part, and then I farmed the rest myself. Yeah, I handed them a bunch of lure lenses that, well, I don't need. I've maxed out my focus that they could absolutely deal with. And in exchange, 3/4 of the Wisp farming was done for me. So, that works. Yeah, I have not purchased the Prime Access. In fact, I've not purchased any Prime Access. I'm not someone for cosmetics, so that's not how I go about things. Instead, I liberally spend the platinum I get from trading. I engage with the trading plenty, and you know, all the work I've done as a content creator, that's my support to Warframe. That's my thanks to the game as is. You know, super lucky when you Wisp Prime from a stream. Ah, fair do, fair do. I've not made any announcements on that side as yet, so this is first hint that you guys are hearing of that. I will be doing a way to basically win Wisp Prime Access, the top tier Prime Access, but the details are still up in the air on exactly when I can do that, so watch this space, basically. Just watch this space. What does teleport into your pod even do? So I cast Brief Surge, which teleports me whilst casting it. It also doubles the range of it, so it goes out just that much further. Invasive Boyo, my game crashed. Ah, well, congratulations. I'm glad to have had you here helping me out as you often. That's why you crashed. It's just like how you can use your 2 as well, and then when I cast it, my 2 also casts it. That was a bad example because I accidentally teleported myself. If I do that, you can see it was up there in the sky as well. My energy colour is very subtle at the moment. That was intentional. But yeah, the spectral wisp you create also casts Breach Surge if it's active. So I could do both of them at once and get massive range, massive coverage on that ability. It's a good bit of synergy. I'm going to say, hi, Warframe Twitch integration just seems to be working for me and it's just what to fix. When you say the Twitch Warframe integration, how do you mean exactly? Sorry. What thing isn't working for you right now? Did not actually teleport there, there we go. You get the full benefit. Rank 20, still need to go further. If these people are going through, I shall. They appear to not be going through, so I shall not. Alright, easy enough. Easy enough.
Hurry, Hunter. The conduit is closing.
Menu on the left hand side of the stream lets you view loadout. I may not actually have that enabled right now. Yeah, it's not enabled. Let me enable that. There we are. You might need to refresh the stream now for that to work. My health was at 999. Oh, well, fair do. It does that. Plasma Neos, if you ask it as a question, the bot doesn't realise what you're asking. If you ask it what's the ticket for, exclamation mark raffle. If you want a ticket, just type it without the question mark. Alright, Poyo, do you want us to try that again? I'm going to send you the invite on the assumption yes. And this time, let's hopefully not Ivy Crash. Invite. Is that going to work or not? Let me try it again. There we go. Game being weird. Moon's haunted. Except it's haunted by, you know, devil kids from the void. But still, Moon's haunted. By us. Alright, Poyo immediately left squad and the ESO never happened. What? Indeed. Let's try this again. Hubbard, what? No, what? Nope, stop. Something really weird is happening here. Something really weird is happening. Let's try and bring in the two of you. Maybe the two of you together? Certainly with Predator Queen's sheer chaos that they try to bring, maybe the two can push through whatever the hell's happening. Force netcode? I don't even know if it's that. Let's just try this again. I think my light's just flickered. Am I about to be invaded IRL? Because that'd be a problem. I mean, I have a melee weapon, but I don't know where my guns are. I'm British. We don't have guns. Well, some farmers do, but I'm not a farmer. Do I look like a farmer to you guys? Don't answer that. I only have the melee weapon. I mean, Brad, you do make quite a point of it.
This is a stress test. Destroy
Go, Wisp ability. Being invaded, find them before they find you. That sounds Dark Souls-y. I'm not a Dark Souls player. Ah! Insta-black by something. Oh, hey, lots of shields. I'm going to guess Capacitance Vault.
Excellent work, Tenno. This will help our cause.
Oh, apparently that didn't get read out there, so let me read it out then. Dylan asks you, funny question, if you're a normal Grineer or Corpus Grunt, what Warframe would scare you the most if you saw them charging at you? Assume it's an exterminate mission. Honestly, any of them. Any of them. I think some of the more obvious ones, like Sevagoth, would perhaps just overdo it. They'll be just almost comical in the amount of horror that that brings. This giant clawed behemoth barreling towards me, so it'd be kind of hard to really, you know, conceptualize the fear. But for a lot of them, really, you know, all kinds of Warframes just give off an aura of just, you should fear everything about this. Actually, the more I think about it, probably Sevagoth's Shadow is going to be the one. Sevagoth's Shadow is pretty damn terrifying to look at. Wisp? You wouldn't see Wisp coming. You would not see Wisp coming. She's just bouncing. If anything, if Wisp stands on the ground for a moment too long between jumps, you might just get this flickering image of a Wisp approaching you, in which case, yes, that would be terrifying. But usually speaking, you're not going to see a Wisp approaching. That's the whole point. Is Well of Life torture? Everything a Warframe does is torture. Especially what Octavia does when you do it like I did it. That is against every Geneva suggestion there is. Sorry, convention. Yes. Thanks. Hello, Error Zero. How you doing? Big explosions. Very nice. How are we doing on the leveling? 26. Bit more to go. Yep, that's the one, Tom. That be the one. How many of those have you done now, Zom? How many times have you done those little sound bites, I wonder? Let's see, 27, need to go more. As soon as it loads. Come on, I'm the host. It should be fine. What's it doing? I always thought this was a hosting. Is it doing it for me? Why? Oh, just gonna join in on the ability usage whilst we wait. Ah, there we go. Superpower everyone. Breach surge everything. Off we go.
Some PLS no more.
Diabetic Cobra, thank you for the 300 bits there. Zom, you've been told. You have been told. Cosmo, however, has not been told.
I would say Ash would scare me the most. Especially if you just feel a sudden weight on your back from one of his shadow clones. That brief panic before you get destroyed.
I mean, that's valid, Dylan. That is absolutely valid. Yeah, Ash would be a good contender for it. The lack of seeing it coming, though, does kind of break it slightly. But yes. Thank you very much for the 100 bits there, Dylan. Going alongside the 300 there from Cobra. Do you prefer Cobra or Diabetic as the shortened version of your whole name? Your username, I suppose. Or should I just go with Dire? That sounds horrible. That sounds like a command. How am I supposed to shorten that down? I think I'm just going to go with Coma. I think Coma is probably going to have to be the result there, unless I have an entirely new nickname for you. Sounds a bit presumptuous. That works for you for null? Null? I suppose there's a 0 in your name. Null. I'm not going to remember that. I'll try, but I'm not going to remember it. Betic. Yeah, Diabetic becomes Betic becomes Betty. You are Betty now. There it is. Nice to meet you, Betty. Don't know I've actually met a Betty in real life before, so there we are. Nickname acquired. You are Betty. Which is better than having no nickname assigned at all, which is null. Diabetti? Diabetti Green? Diabetti Blue? Blue Dabba-dee Dabba-die Betty? I'm apparently losing my mind leveling Wisp. Good thing that we've got to max rank again. The moment when you see the demon child shooting lasers into your college, that would be terrifying. Yeah, like, shooting up a college is a pretty bad thing in general. Demon child or just normal child. I mean, there'd probably be a demon child if they're doing that, so just saying. Yeah. I would be pretty damn scared if I saw any variant of child shooting a college. Fairly certain you meant colleague, but also still terrifying. Quite frankly, children with guns, bad idea.
I have opened a new data conduit.
Best boy say, imagine chilling than feeling 10,000 volts flowing through you. I mean, you won't feel it for very long, I guess. I mean, well, it depends on the ampage. The electric Warframe brings all the volts, but it's Octavia that brings the amps. Yeah, typo to gear. You know, it's kidding, eh? No kidding. ESO is the acronym for high school in Spain? Oh, well, fair enough then, yep. This is a place you come to master things.
Will go on without you.
That works. Oh god, he's saying science words? You know it. You know it.
Excellent work, Tenno.
Oh,
This
hello.
will help our cause.
Null, as in some null. But I may take Betty now.
Fair do, fair do. I mean, you'll have to forgive me. I have no ability, personally, to keep track of usernames between different platforms. So I recognise Somnol, and I will still forget that Diabetic Coma and Somnol are the same person, because that's how my brain works. You effectively become two different people unless I can see your usernames side by side, like on Discord. All the same, thank you again for the 100 bits there. I really do appreciate that as well. Is that Wiggler Lesbian? Okay, fair enough. I continue to be astounded by the usernames I see. So, hey, first time watching your stream. Well, welcome on in. I've immediately made your name weird, but there we are, all the same. Welcome in. Ricardo said, do you have any thoughts on what the damage numbers look like now? For melee, great. Honestly, be able to see the numbers on screen without having to go piecemeal through a recording, brilliant. For guns, I do have a way I would like it differently implemented. And that is, well, for guns and melee both, to have a single floating increasing number with follow-up hits. If I hit an enemy again, whether through proc damage or my damage, within 2 seconds, add it into an existing damage number, especially through multi-shot. That way we get just 1 damage number per enemy as an option, not forcing for everyone, but as an option, so I can see what damage I'm dealing, but I don't have to see the bajillion hits I'm dealing. I still have most of the use of my screen. I would really like to see that as an option. Number, what would the word? Condensation, collection, combination, number combination? I think that'd be the way to phrase it. So combined numbers or combined hits or split hits as a toggle would be great. That would be great. Accumulation. Yeah? Yeah. Cumulative numbers or separated numbers. So cumulative hits, separated hits. There we are. Cumulative, separated. That would probably be the right ones. Just having those two would be nice. What? I'm going to close that again. Anyway, in fact, let's just leave that squad all together. Thank you very much for leveling me, but what the hell? I'll say, just rolled a Riven, got identical positives, negative going from infested to corpus. What are the chances? I wouldn't know the chances off the top of my head there. Pretty damn low, to be quite honest, though, Idol. I mean, effectively, you're asking what's the chance of rolling a god roll? It's effectively what it comes down to. What's the chance of rolling a specific roll with a slight change on the harmless negative? It's going to be the same chance as rolling a god roll. Near enough. Cyberpunk has a feature you can have both at the same time. Yeah, I've seen it in Apex as well, which is great. Just some way to reduce the amount of visual noise on screen. Visual noise is something I've talked about before now. Something I talked about in my video about the AoE meta, how that was kind of scaling out of hand.
You have excellent taste.
Multi-shot for the same shot should be combined, same with melee attacks all in the same combo swing. Of course, more options is just more good things, so
See,
either or.
This is why I say it would need to be a toggle of an all or nothing, Dylan. Firstly, thank you for the 100 bits there, but let me explain why it needs to be an alternate option. When it comes to multi-shots, that allows us to, well, we're firing multiple shots at once. If that was all combined, then we'd need to math it out to see if we're actually landing 2, 3, 4, however many multi-shot hits. And that has all kinds of issues for actually testing weapons, testing builds, identifying the individual features going on, as well as seeing what procs are coming from which part of the weapon. So that has a variety of negative implications if something like multi-shot or same melee input all gets combined and forcibly combined. Having them separate for testing and for seeing in more granular detail what's going on is brilliant, like we have now. And then having a combined option, when you know what's going on, you just want to see, did I hit or didn't I hit, and was it big or little hit? If that's all you want to see, you just want to see big number growing up, a much more, much simpler, smaller, combined cumulative damage number. That's the two options I'm talking about there, which would really clear up a lot of the screen space. But forcing individual things like multi-shot together, I wouldn't be on board with, no. Show Wisp build. So this is where I'm at so far. And when I say so far, that's because we're leveling it. But this is from the previous original Wisp I had. I'm not putting on a number form. I don't care what you say, chat. I'm not doing it. By doing this here, we can now get a mod into here. Now, previously I used Streamline on that. To be honest, I don't know that I need to. Use Streamline. I think I had it on there from before I had Arcane Energize at full rank. Okay, Predator Queen, that's fine. I left the squad. I didn't leave anyone in particular, I just left the squad. How do I have 22 on Reformer? Because I keep spending them. I would have more, but they just keep vanishing. Archon Intensify? I could use that. I could, you're absolutely right. It would give me a little bit more strength. Downside to that is fitting it into the build. So now I've still got this spot here, it's only 5, I need to work more on that, blah blah blah. But it would give me conditional 30. I need to double check exactly how that would work. Archon intensify. Let's see. Wisp. According to the wiki, triggers Reservoir Vitality Boats on max health boost and heal over time. Okay, yeah. So it should be perfectly valid on that. And that would give me, yeah, just double strength on that mod. Yeah, you know what, that seems worth it. That seems worth it for this. Continuity, however, I've got nothing applying Toxin, so there's no point doing that. No point on that one. Wouldn't my Umbrals keep going? Honestly, no idea. Like, Umbral Former just keep on slipping into places. Like, there's definitely no way that there's 2 of them on Lavos there, because, you know, I mean, full Umbral Lavos with Umbral Former on, that doesn't make much sense. And there's certainly no way I'd ever put an Umbral Former onto Hildrin, because why would you ever want to do that? An Umbral Former on a Hildrin? What does she need an Umbral Former for? No, there's no way I did that. And of course, absolutely, I never ever in my life would consider a triple Umbral Eurali, because that would be truly ridiculous. There's no way that would ever happen, and certainly Twitch was in no way involved in such a thing, even if it did consider occurring. No. Oh dear. Maybe replace Transient Fortitude with Blind Rage if you have decent energy economy. Maybe. Maybe. That will give me yet more strength. Bear in mind, this is already going to give us 25% normally. This is going to give us another 30% on top of that. So we got 55 there. This scales all the way up to a max of 60. Granted, it takes 250 kills, but still, it's 60, right? Yeah, 60. So that's 115% conditional strength hidden in here. Bringing this all the way up to 324. Blind Rage on top of this would only be another 44. And as much as the duration would go up a little bit, that is a huge hit to efficiency there. Which makes, for example, Breach Surge quite a bit more expensive to cast. Quite a bit more expensive. I don't know that I'd really want to do that, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. Only to a Lavos? Well, I mean, it's not Lavos Prime. Maybe range for the last slot, unless she plans for other mods. Yeah, range could really go into that slot, to be honest. Range could be a very good pickup there. And just a normal stretch would do it. We wouldn't need anything crazy. Abilities do electricity damage. Would that be necessary, really? If I did that, I would need to put 2 Former on this. It is a direct upgrade. It is a direct upgrade. Why wouldn't you go Umbral on a Wisp? Why would you go Umbral? Umbral, I'm not going for Vitality because we get health from the boat, so that'll be a waste. Armor? Psh, 200 armor does not scale that high. So that just leaves us with Umbral Intensify, which on its own is just worse than Archon. And it would need the full Umbral set to beat out the Archon one. That doesn't really help out.
Excellent work, Tenno. This will help our cause.
Please help me, I think my Panzer is starting to snack on my Forma. I don't want to end up with some demonic creature.
Oh, it's fine. Former is fine. Former is absolutely fine. It's... I think we covered this. Chat, did I cover what Former actually is in terms of totally not Warframe lore, but actually maybe kind of slightly Warframe lore? Anyone got that clip? It's an older clip, so it might be a difficult one to discover, but I'm sure someone might know where to find it. I went over exactly what Former is. Hell, you might find it on the channel itself here. It'll be fine. Cosmo will probably find it. Cosmo will probably find it. Should I do voice acting? Should I? I don't know if I have what it takes to be in voice acting, to be honest. Helmet second ability, put Mirage's third ability, you get more damage, or you're looking for strength. I mean, I don't need to focus on putting Eclipse onto everything. I have a personal dislike of the Eclipse ability for how it operates in Warframe, how the UI lies about it. I really have a strong distaste for Eclipse. Really strong. It's a strong ability, don't get me wrong. I just don't like it. Yeah. Now, in terms of Wisp's overall kit, if I was going to former off anything, helmet off anything, it would be Soulgate. It's a fun ability. It is a fun ability, opening a portal to the sun. Unfortunately, it has absolutely none of the oomph that it needs. Cosmos found it. Cosmos found it. Dare I bring this clip up myself? Dare I bring this clip up myself? Let's bring this up. Let me switch around my screens once again. If we pop that over here. Give us as much screen as we can without getting rid of everything. One of the vent kids maybe. Okay, you tell them, hey look, we've got this lovely gold trinket here. Do you want to use this? This is where Formal comes from. Yeah, and then you invite them round to the helmet room. You know, you take them down over this way. You take him into this room here like, Mr. Warframe, this is a weird looking room. Why are we here? And then you sit him in that chair. No, you don't sit him there. And then you sit them in the mouth there and they get dissolved down and then he gives you the ability to sequester it on. So he dissolves down the kid and uses that to power the former and that infuses it into whatever you're looking to do. Because that is the power of continuity which the Orokin used. You see, the Orokin were absolute mad lads. They were horrifying in every way, and yes, they did use kids to continue their existence. So if you want to tell me that that's too dark, that's the kind of thing the Orokin did. True. This is exactly the kind of thing Ballas would do. So you know what? I'm saying that headcanon is actually quite viable. Yeah. So there we are. In short, formers are actually just abducted children fed through the helmet system via a process of pseudo-continuity. Yeah, there you go. The face cam though? I mean, you've got a point there, Pred. Do you want to finish the point? I don't know what the rest of your point is there, and I can't invent it for you. You got to finish saying it. And yeah, I used to have like a bajillion drones going around the orbiter. They needed to be put to the side. They were lagging out the stream. Where the hell did that come from, genuinely? I can ramble. I can ramble, yes. I can ramble. It's Orokin things. Orokin do what Orokin do. Orokin, Vorokin, something like that, I don't know. There I go rambling again. Let's level up Wisp before I do anything weird. Might be too late for that, but let's go. Let's... how do I want to level up Wisp this time? I'm going to... mix it up a little bit. Yeah, gonna mix it up a little bit. Let's switch to solo. I should be able to go to the relay now and pick up a blessing too, so that'll be good. I'm heading over to Strata Relay 69 if anyone else wants an Infinity Blessing. You gotta be very, 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 very quick on that. Birth control methods of late Orokin Empire. Yeah, you see, they didn't really believe in the whole birth control side of things, because really, you know, every child born was just another source of stem cells and organ harvestment. So even if they didn't like the kid, they liked what the kid made. That was the Orokin way. Everyone was just another source of uncloned parts. Waiting to be put to good use. The Orokin are horrible. Alright. I don't know if I'm waiting for anyone or not. I'm just going to pop the blessing. You coming, Strata? Okay, we'll give Idle Outlaw time. Once Idle's here, then anyone who wanted to be here is here. I'll just hold fire a moment here at Strata 69. Idle, you're Umbrella, right? I always forget when people change their names. You're in 69, I'm not here. We might be in different regions. We might be in different regions. Rip. Alright then. Oop. There we go. Those of you who are present in Europe, you get the blessing. Those of you in the States, sucks. Yeah. Flo, just FYI, that is headcanon, not actual canon, so we don't know. I'm European? Yeah. Yes, I am. How is this a surprise to people? I had this the other day. I popped into, what's it, question and answer chat. I was actually trying to look around for someone ridiculously low MR, just so I could test a function of the game for someone who shouldn't have access to it. Good news, they didn't have access. It worked as intended. But whilst I was there, a couple people recognized it, like, hang on, wait, why are you here now? Aren't you in NA? Like, no. Wait, what? What part of my accent, my teacup for a logo, suggests I'm American? Where does that come from? That is weird. May rejoin if you've got a spy frame. Oh, I'm in solo. Let me fix that. If you've got a quick spy frame, Predator Queen, because I'm going to level up 3 spy missions, just to mix things up. I'm on the internet, so... They're from America. But America didn't invent the internet. Is there a better spy frame than Wukong? Wukong is honestly one of the very, very best for it. It's my go-to. Lure spy? Nah. Cougar Fortress. Cougar Fortress. It's Pago, right? Pago. There we are. Normal mode, we don't need Steel Path. We'll get the same affinity between the two of them, so we'll just go to this one. This one has the most valuable drop table. I should know. I literally did a video on it. You should know I did the video on it. That's how this works. Y'all should know that by now. Or rather, I did the video. Did I outline the... Yeah, I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, I put it in the video. The full breakdown is on the Patreon spreadsheet, but the details are in the video. Wukong auto breach is legal.
Your mission is to break into any...
Sorry, Mr. Policeman. I guess I'll stop breaking the law now. Said no one ever in the Warframe community. Hello, oh, this is Warframe. We break rules. Not the rules of the game. No, just the rules of the empires. We don't care about them. You know what I mean. What's the video called? It's my most recent video, Dylan. It's my most recent one. Boop. I am now fully invisible for a short duration. Let me just use that to slide on through all of this. Don't mind me. Just a wisp coming through. Nothing to see here. Okay, I am zapping them. That is a slight problem, but you know what? It'll be fine. Let's blind her so she doesn't shoot me. But undetected and unsuspected. You gotta love a good smash and grab. Now I can shoot. Alright, well I got mine done. What are you two up to? I know it's the quickest one, but still. $80 round Fulmin, does that come in Fulmin Prime? That's Fulmin Prime for you. Oh, yes indeed. 80 rounds, 20% extra range, 10% extra damage on the semi mode, 6 percentage points higher status on semi, and 6 percentage points higher crit chance on the automatic mode. C is over here, C is probably towards the extractions, let's have a look that way. How much ammo does this thing have? We have a max ammo mod? No idea, but it would be a waste of a mod slot in my opinion. It would be a waste of a mod slot. My buffs have run out, so let me reactivate just the speed one. Oh, C is done. So we're just waiting on B to be done. Who are we waiting on? We are waiting on Predator Queen to do their bit. And then I'll know which way's out. Can you access max ammo? You cannot, no. You can access ammo maximum, but the Fulmin doesn't use that. The Fulmin only has a battery magazine. So that would be the magazine size, which is not Exodus. There we are. So that has leveled me up to level 7 on Wisp. Which, you know, single mission. I'll take it. It's not the fastest, but it is an alternative way of doing it. Yeah, it's better for weapon leveling. Wisp only gets 25% of the mission XP. I should probably stick to ESO for this leveling, shouldn't I? Weapons level 3 times faster here if you bring a single weapon. Yeah. Slight downside. What do I think the next prime frame is? It's whichever's in the list. Is that going to be... Is it Gauss next? Might be Gauss. I can't remember. Gonzalez with the hydrate. Cheers. Ooh. Last of the tea. That's all gone now. I'm just going to spam abilities whilst I wait. Each ability I cast is giving me little tiny bits of affinity. So why not? Actually, I've managed to get to rank 8. I don't know if it was through spamming that or not, but I got to rank 8. It's 3 months from now. Next prime might be about 3 months from now. We don't know when because it's not been announced. We just don't know. Ladybug's asking, have they said anything about adding base Wisp to the circuit yet? Haven't seen anything, don't know if I'm missing something. That's a very, very good question. I've not heard anything about it being added as yet. It might be that D might hold off on adding new frames until they've got 3 to add. So they might do Wisp Equinox potentially, and then one other frame at the same time. I would like them to add in Equinox, because Equinox deserves to be there alongside the other frames. Equinox deserves to be there. So they'll probably add them 3 at a time, knowing DE, because otherwise you'd have just weird rotations. They haven't set it up to handle weird rotations, by the looks of it now. Repolodus farm isn't too bad. I mean, I don't mind it, but a lot of people do. So that's all a thing. It also means that people will be able to access Wisp much sooner than they can access the row below list, which is also a thing to consider. Anyway, let's go into normal ESO. Let's go to ESO to level, because basically, Braveheart, I said in the video, it's great for leveling weapons. I didn't say frames, because it's not actually great for leveling frames, it's spy missions. It's 3 times slower for frames, which take 2 times more affinity to level up, so it makes them effectively 6 times slower to get to max rank than weapons, when doing it in that style. Plus, you have to use a underleveled, possibly not appropriate frame, versus leveling the weapon, you can use a superpower Wukong. That makes it even slower again. I'm going to say, do you think they'd add Equinox and Equinox as 2 separate frames? No, no, no. If they were going to add it, I would simply say, put all New Optics blueprints, all, not just one or, not day or night aspects, all of them, or both of them I should say, on tier 2. And then it comes around to tier 5, that's where you should get all of the chassis. Tier 8, that's where you get all of the systems. And then finally, tier 10, that's where you get the Equinox Day aspect, Night aspect, and main blueprint. That's how I do it. There is nothing requiring D to only give you 1 item on a given tier reward. There's no requirement for it. Just like there's no requirement for a subsumed frame, a subsumed nourish on a frame to have a swallowed enemy. You don't need to swallow an enemy, and you can still use nourish. So it goes that you don't need to have just 1 item on the reward pool. We can break away from that to make up for the weirdness of the Warframe. It's perfectly viable. You sweep in next round? You'll have to send me a message if you want to join in. Exclamation mark join if you don't know how to do that. Depends on how much we're going to need to get leveling on this list. I think we need 2 forms to finish it up, don't we? With what I've been doing. Seen people level up by a direct exterminate, replace the ability with silence. Yeah, that can be very good as well. I can't be bothered with that approach, to be honest with you. I really cannot be bothered with it. But you are right, that is a very fast approach as well. I don't know why I can't be bothered with it. I just can't. I don't gel with it. ESO is passable to me. Spy missions I prefer, but as I say, that's not so great for frames. A direct silence, I just... Let's see, we get by fast picks in a single rank. Exactly what I'm saying, yeah. Exactly what I'm saying. Fulmin Prime with Primed Magazine Warp, Tainted Clip, and Wildfire, quite a combination, would get you 192 magazine. Woo. So that would be 19 shots before recharging. Downside, it doesn't speed up the recharge. That is one downside of battery weapons to consider, is that the bigger the magazine, the longer the total recharge becomes. Because it's like reloading the Felarks. The amount you have to reload increases. Oops.
Disabled that
Ow! Oh, there goes more energy. Did you miss a chance to get a new operator skin? Which operator skin you trying to get? Which operator skin you want about? Yeah, I know there is that as well, yeah. It wouldn't be much longer. Minus reload on a battery weapon isn't the end of the world, because it only changes the delay, but yeah, that would still be a problem. And, you know, all the mod slots being taken out are being spent on damage, which there is a case to be made for, you know, you don't have to go maximizing damage all the time. The problem is that making a build which doesn't maximize damage, instead giving you some kind of utility, leaves that build just suddenly getting too weak in other parts of the game. It's kind of odd, because there's so much of a focus on damage, there doesn't seem to be as much room for thinking about utility as an option. It's odd. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that is just me that looks at it that way, though. Oh, was that Smile's quote? Oh, I don't know. Flip it. Oh, okay, so well, yeah. It sounds like you might be thinking of a TennoCon particular thing, which TennoCon is next month. You should probably have a look back as to which particular cosmetic it is you're trying to get, because Dee's post will tell you how to get it and when. And therefore, if you've missed it. One after you spam that ability?
Hunter, your reliance on that ability is skewing my data. I have disabled it for now.
Did you not know about Elite Sanctuary Onslaught and it doing that? I mean, fair enough if you didn't, yeah. If you spam certain abilities in ESO, it gets shut down temporarily. That's part of the challenge here. You're not able to just spam one ability constantly. I think the first ability is more generous, the second ability and third less generous, and fourth ability really strict. So you see, just 2 castings there, I've now locked out my fourth ability. Completely locked out. Has the first got no lock on it at all, Poya? I thought it still had some kind of lock. Just very generous. I have to test that sometime. How am I doing? Need more levels. It's only ESO, not more Onslaught, that's right, yeah.
Do not weep for these creatures. They are immortal. They can and have faced a billion.
Alright, automatic mode, go.
You, however, do not enjoy.
Okay, can't hear it over Samara's talking.
For you,
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. That's pretty nice. You can lock out the first ability if it's a subsumed one. Is that a guaranteed thing? That's the distinction? I'm going to have to test this. I'm going to have to test this. I will get something that I can ridiculously spam to find out. I think Ash Shuriken might be a good pickup for that. Yeah, Ash Shuriken should be a suitable test. How is a damaged multi-shot projectile riven for Fulmin? Damage isn't too amazing, although it can replace the Serration I use on my builds typically, so yeah, that can work. Multi-shot is obviously a very powerful stat. Projectile velocity, that is useful. That is absolutely useful. I have a X-less mod slot for it though. But it's still useful for increasing range, yeah. Overall, sounds like a decent... It's an acceptable ribbon. I wouldn't call it decent, acceptable, yes. If that projectile speed is taking away a lot of power from the damage of multi-shot, which is why I say it's only acceptable. I missed both of those last shots. Oops. How am I doing? Max rank, excellent. So I can leave here as and when. Ah! His score is 4 on a regular basis. Don't remember having it locked out anything so. That's because it's not just X uses, it's uses in a given time period. So long as you leave suitable gaps between castings, you're fine. So like my Mirage build for ESO, I can constantly use Mirages 4. However, if I get dispelled, like if I go through a nullifier, I have to wait to reactivate it, because if I reactivate it straight away, I will probably set off Samaris and then lock myself out of the ability, which is even worse. That timer will be longer than if I just waited. So yeah, that's how it works out with ESO. The fourth ability especially can be locked out for a long period of time on just a little bit of repeat casting. The lower abilities have more generous restrictions, and I'm going to test in just a moment how generous it is on the first. Invite? Yeah, I'll bring you in once I've done me a quick little test. I'm going to drop Poyo and Predator Queen out of the squad because I just want to test that straight away, to be honest. I want to know! I've already learned one interesting thing today about about how the mod configs work. So, and also learned about the Fulmin's forced impact, how that is tied to the projectile velocity. And I want to kind of find out about the nature of ESO. GG's indeed. Alright, so I'll be back in just a minute there, Pred. Let's grab a frame I can just spam with. Let's grab... Yeah, I said Ash should probably be suitable for this, right? Yeah. Now, the other abilities aren't spammable for that. Do I have something which is set up with a spam option in there? I do not. Nope, that is a silence build. Okay, let's just grab something that's not built. Preparation, prime flow, and casting speed, natural talent, and speed drift. Just make it faster. And efficiency. There we are, that should be good for quick test. Yeah, that uses Baruch's lull ability. Hence why it's called Om. Citrine? Citrine would be an option as well. Alright, let's see. Can I trigger it here? Do I need to go into the area? He's not pissed if I use it here. Let's go into the zone then. Invisibility is not going to last, so... Yep, got it. It took a lot. It took a lot, but I did manage to get him pissed at it. That is... Oh, God. We've got to watch out for that bug. It is exceedingly generous. Very, 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 very generous. In fact, I've run out of energy without triggering him a second time, and now I'm probably going to die from all this. I feel confident in saying it's not something you'll need to worry about on first abilities. I'm really over spamming it in an attempt to get it to go wrong here. I think I need to get the firing of it just right. Maybe a little bit more energy. Oh, hello. Energy, thank you. Not quite the way I wanted it delivered, but thank you. And let's grab that orb as well. Let's give this another try. Yeah, I had to really focus on the fire rate I was using on it there, and then it's only timed out for a few seconds. Alright, mission successful, we've learned. Simple as that. You can trigger it, but it takes a hell of a lot. Not something you'll typically be doing with your abilities. I think that's pretty conclusive. First ability, super duper generous on that one. Yeah, it's fine, corrupt policies. He's fine. It's all fine. Raptor with a question. Am I crazy wanting to see a video series about certain weapons in Warframe, comparing them to their closest counterparts in real life? Like when some weapons using game of real life parallels? I mean, you're not crazy for wanting to see that kind of thing. It's not something I could even begin to cover, though. It's not something I could even begin to touch onto, as I know so little about guns. I think I possibly know less about guns than someone that knows nothing about guns, because a lot of what I may have heard from video games would be actually incorrect. This was in fact brought up not that long ago. Which weapon was it? It was the router. I incorrectly identified this weapon as a lever action shotgun. And I've been informed it's actually a breach action shotgun, it's just the animation we use seems to focus heavily on the lever. So I misidentified it. That's how little I know about guns, so you're fine for wanting that kind of content. I cannot provide that to you. I absolutely do not know enough about guns, and I'm happy for that to stay that way, to be honest. I am fine with that result. Okay. Wisp. Let's continue. So, need another former into this. That can go onto this slot right here. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. And someone has suggested range. So, as a general all-rounder, we now have rolling guard defense. We have adaptation defense to go with our health scaling that we get. We have got duration, range, strength. Lots of additional strength being built in when we trigger status procs, when we trigger healing, and when we trigger death. We consider that a trigger, I guess. And I've got energy economy coming in through there. I think as an all-rounder, that really does kind of cover us, doesn't it? Yeah. I think that covers us. Raptor, yeah, you can go ahead and make it yourself. Give it a whirl, why not? If you know about a certain niche, if you know about things, proper knowledge about real-world weapons, you can compare that to video game weapons, sure, why not? I think I've seen at least one video to that effect before now. Someone comparing, like, not comparing, assessing weapons from various games. I think I saw Halo, Apex, Call of Duty, and they were comparing those guns and their attachments to real-life weapons. Both the more realistic ones, so literally Call of Duty lifting real weapons, to the more exotic, like looking at the carbine from Halo and going, okay, so it's got this feature and that's kind of a parallel to this, we can see how this feature works, here's a barrel, here's a usability issue, here's how ergonomics will be different, that kind of thing. Really properly assessing them. I've come across that kind of thing before now, yeah. But you won't find it on my channel. Rolling Guard, really that good? Rolling Guard, I'll be honest, it doesn't need to be on there. I have it as a comfort mod. Because Will-O-Wisp exists, you don't really need Rolling Guard on here. I'm dropping it. I've had it as a comfort mod. It's time for it to go. It's not an appropriate mod. Question is then, what would be an appropriate mod? Health conversion for the armor would be cute, but we're not getting consistent health orb drops for that to be reliable. So yeah, we can drop that one. As much as this doesn't clear damage over time effects, it does make you invulnerable for 3 seconds, which covers the biggest part of the duration of any DOTs to worry about. You'll already have been hit a little bit by them by the time you know to react to them, and if needs be, you could just double cast it. It's not really that big a deal. Was it Archon Stretch? Right, yeah. Just
finished watching the video you said to watch. Thanks for calling me out. Get a job, lol.
Dylan, thank you very much for the 100 bits. I'm going to presume with your support of the stream here, you do have an income. You're not just like using a stolen credit card. That would be good to know. But all the same, Dylan, thank you for the 100 bits. Cheers. Alright then, look at the bits and pieces here. So an Augur mod is absolutely a good pickup now. I've already got Augur Secrets on here, so we've got Message or Reach. And at this point, it's a matter of preference, isn't it? Message gives us more duration. That's going to increase the length for this one. It's going to increase the time that this is active when you're not in the area. So buff duration 45, up from 38. So we get an extra 7 seconds on that. It'll up the duration on this. Not that it really matters all that much. And we don't care about that. The other option, Augur Reach, it's going to increase the radius of this. So the radius on that 8.75 versus 7.25. So it's about another 1.5 meters on that one. No effects on this one. On this, 31.5 up from 26.1. So that is noticeable. Yeah, that does feel like an important increase. And again, this we don't need to worry about. That's a matter of preference, really. Do you want a comfortable one where you're casting, you have to spend less time in the reservoirs? It's only a few seconds difference, though. Or do you want the increased range to make sure this just goes out as far as it can? Because 31 meters is a good range, but it's not like world eclipsing range. So the extra range, you will feel the difference. And it increases the radius on this as well, including increasing the range on the shock mote, not to forget. Shock mote 21.75 rises to 26.25. That increases the radius at which you are protecting yourself and allies against incoming ranged attacks. Does Augur Message give more than Constitution? Constitution is 4 percentage points higher, so it's 24% versus 28%. Constitution is higher. Also, I can swap those around for just one little bit of extra capacity for hell of it. I'll be honest, I think Augur Reach is the pickup here. Augur Message you can go for, but Reach I think is the better overall pick. The little bit of extra duration versus a substantial amount of range, to be honest, I think works out. I think it works out. Grit saying, how would a full Umbral setup on Wisp feel? I think that would actually be bad. I do honestly think it would be bad, because if I just slap some things in real quickly. Make that as terrible to look at as possible. Cool, yeah, we've got 870 health. But bear in mind that on this build, okay, that'll be 1070. I haven't leveled up Wisp again. So 1070 versus 300. But this is also going to give us 627 on this particular build, and that'll go higher as the conditional strengths come in. Those conditional strengths will add on another 300 health. So we're getting a lot from this. We're getting a lot from that. In terms of the armor, okay, cool. 66% damage reduction versus 40% damage reduction. That's really not that big of an improvement. That is really not that big of an improvement. And then we got 177% strength. Okay, cool. By going full Umbral, we have got Umbral Intensify to a higher point. But we're now taking up 2 mod slots for defense, which are not being used here. So as much as we got 17% more strength than Archon mod, that is so not worth it. The armor value, not good enough. That difference is just not making enough of a difference. If 200 armor wasn't enough, 600 armor isn't enough. And the health, we're getting that from reservoirs. If you're not using your reservoirs, why are you getting so much strength, quite frankly? So yeah, I wouldn't go with... I wouldn't go that far in terms of Umbrals, no. Now, I see some people suggesting with Arc and Stretch you can use Blind Rage. I could. So I could swap in this here. Our main concern is, once the reservoirs are down, my main concern is going to be Breach Surge, but there is still the matter of actually getting these modes down. My starting energy is saying it'll be 155? 155, so casting these 3 times is still affordable. Is it really that much starting energy? Damn, Wisp, you are... Okay, fair enough. That's quite a bit. How much is normal Wisp starting with? 155 with 1 spare capacity. This one, 2 spare capacity. 160, yeah, they're the same. Okay, fair enough. I forgot Wisp had quite the starting energy. Yeah. So I do. 150 plus spare. Alright. So yeah, with that we can afford the reservoirs straight off the bat, so that is good. Yeah, we can afford to cast them straight off the bat. That is a big, big deal, is the ability to actually cast your abilities when you start. Thereafter then, the main focus would mostly be on Breach Surge. Breach Surge at 77.5, Archon Stretch, that's going to recover 2 energy per second just constantly. No, it's 80 because Aura gives 50, yeah. That's because 70. Yeah, very right, yeah. Just bring it all together. You expect the Aura to be there. Do we need the +5? Could use that to max adaptation. I don't actually have a maxed adaptation, because I've just always had this one. It's easier to fit on a variety of builds. Max adaptation gives you 2 seconds longer on the duration on it. Not really that big a deal. And it means the resistance goes up +10% rather than +9% per hit, which again is not really that big a deal. So that's why I've never actually maxed it out. It's just easier to fit into most builds instead. So yeah, I could give Blind Rage a whirl, especially with Energize here. My energy economy can be good, although that said, these two don't synergize. This one is on energy pickups, this one is on electric damage, so they don't actually work together. That is something to bear in mind. What am I looking to subsume onto her? What I could do is I could subsume on Nourish, and then drop Energize as a result, and get all my energy income from Stretch and the occasional energy orb. Because of the amount of strength I will have, and that's taken it even higher going with that, Nourish would be a very, very powerful pickup in terms of both energy gain as well as the bonuses giving to Viral to my weapons. Nourish also buffs the Sparks and gives them Viral. Ooh, okay. Okay, that'll do a bit. Energize into Arcane Avenger? It's a viable option. I could do that. Don't intend to take too many hits. I know there's adaptation there, but that's kind of as a backup plan more than anything. I could go with Nullifier to protect my energy as a result. I could go a variety of different ways. Steadfast, the efficiency approach. Don't need Reconstruct. I could get the duration with Molt Efficiency, take that even higher. Which arcane am I missing? You say it like there's only one. There's plenty I've not got sorted out. But the specific one, Arcane Pulse. Yeah. Who needs that? Who even needs that? Get strength from augmented and have a mod slot. What do you mean this one right here? Covered. Arcane Guardian, but nice buff for survivability if you don't need energize. I guess. Yeah, plus 900 armor would do wonders in terms of general survivability. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just don't know how much I'd really gel with that on a frame that doesn't. No. It could work, yeah. I'll give you that. It could work. Hoyo just volunteering a config. Sure, why not? For once, let's have a look. Combat discipline approach. Okay, fair enough. Gone for Nourish, fair enough. Combat discipline is for triggering Arcane Avenger. We've got Fused Reservoir on here. We've gone for both of these mods. We've gone for 322% immediate strength. This is using an Umbral Intensified though, so not using any conditional strength from that one. No conditional strength here. So my strength will actually end up a lot higher, I'd imagine. You've got this conditional strength. So let's see, your maximum strength, you start at 322. This will get you up to 382. 30. And then similar stats otherwise to myself, 382. Whereas my one here, let's see. So far I've got plus 30, plus 25, plus 60. That is 55 extra there. That puts me up to 308. 308. Oh, is this showing the value with Archon shards? Hold on. You've got 99, 55 for 100, and 54. Then you got this 160, 74, 178. Uh, 178, 222. Yeah, it's showing it without the shards. 1, 2, 3, 4 strengths plus conditional. My 1, 2, 3 plus conditional. Ah, there's the difference then. So how have we gone about this? I've gone Prime Flow. Yeah. Do I need the Prime Flow? Two in an energy doesn't. It only gives you 2 casts of Breach Surge, but a single Archon Shard can help cover that. Random question: how do you kill Treasurer quickly? If you're on Steel Path, I use Aniru to strip the shields, and then I just melt him. Yeah. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Meant to move that there. So this is near enough what Poyo's gone for here. Don't flow with Nourish? True that. True that. So yeah, that's basically the same. It's just you've gone for the Umbral, I've gone for the Archon. Archon will bring me up to 338. And then I've got Growing Power on here because I'm not triggering Avenger at the moment. That's not been the focus. Absolutely can do that. Yeah, I've got 338 with full mod activation, and then the Aura. So mine would be higher strength, but a lack of self-Avenger blocking. Okay. Okie dokie. We're coming to a similar overall conclusion. I'm definitely seeing that my old Wisp was definitely a more comfortable setup. We just come back to where I've taken this from. I had Prime Flow on there, I had Rolling Guard on there. That was very much just comfort mods, wasn't it? They don't need to be there, they were just there. And the Streamline, actually, because that was pre-energized, I just left it in there. That's definitely a much older build. When we think it all through. Now, it comes down to how does this energy economy actually play out in action. I guess we could cut Adaptation Flow if we're abusing 2, since we don't really need Rolling either in that case. I'm keeping the adaptation there for general tanking. The 2 isn't for abuse purposes. We're not going for efficiency, so it's not really abuse. That is there to give us a little bit of that's our backup. If the health tanking would fail us, that's our backup. So if you get massively overprocced, or if you're just in a situation you watch your health go straight down, that's where that comes in. Okay. Let's slap the Nourish on here. Let's give that a whirl. And then see how it all feels together. I'm going to stick on Vazarin for now so that the focus school isn't doing all that much, because that gives us more freedom on using it. Yeah, I have a little bit more armor. Is it? Was it? Well, no, wait. Is it this one giving armor? Wait, I thought... Oh, it's a Nairu that gives the frame armor. Right, I knew there was one that gave armor. I just... In my head, Vazarin is the tank one. I was thinking, where has it gone? It's an Nairu. Thank you. Maduro for extra casting speed and strength. That's an option. I don't use my operator all that much, and I'm keeping it kind of out of the focus for the moment. The point there. Maybe drop Energize for the one that gives you free ability cast sometimes? Maybe. I'm going to be putting Nourish on it already. So let's do that. Nourish you straight on. Oh, for goodness sake. Let's feed the angry baby. Let's see here. We've got nav coordinates, we've got type of plate, we've got void gel orbs.
Kengineer.
Ronald, thank you very much for resubscribing at 8 months now. Oh my word. Thank you very much for continuing support here, Ronald. Really do appreciate it. Oh. Cheers indeed. Matt, I love this guitar track. What's the background music name? This particular one right now is called Ice and Flames. So it's from the rock playlist from Stream Beats.
Oh, the Kengineer! Oh my god! Wait, are they here? Kengineer.
I still love that sound clip. Every time. Absolutely love it. Right, Nourish, you on here. Replace Soulgate because, sorry, it's just not that good. Once upon a time, I looked at the DPS and went, wow, that's a lot. And then I realised what it takes to get there. It's not that good. It's just not that good. If it had the DPS up front, perhaps. Hello, Hitari, how you doing? Alright then, slip ourselves into here. So let's see, this is giving us a damage increase of viral 231%. I could even take the viral off of my Fulmin for this setup, but I'm going to leave the Fulmin as an all-rounder for now. We've got a energy multiplier of 4.08 times already. That's before any conditionals are applied here. That's pretty spicy. That is pretty spicy. Those videos in game make your game crash? Oh damn, that's annoying. Let's try it without that now. I'm going to put a blank slot there. See how the energy economy is without it. We'll play it from there. And I'm just going to use the Fulmin. Yeah, just going to use Fulmin. Carrier here is set up in a way that it doesn't really matter. Ammo case, Fulmin, doesn't matter. So this is just kind of a general survival setup. So I'm trying to remove the variables that could be clouding how effective this build is. Let's give it a whirl. Let's give this a whirl. Go to my standard testing ground here. Yeah, Nourish is a very powerful ability. It really is. And Grendel's not that hard to get. Really not.
Deserve your respect. Honor them with quick deaths, and I with your victory.
Fair do, Hitari, fair do.
Support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support.
Oop, there we are. Alright. Probably helps if I cast some abilities, doesn't it? There we are. I'm so used to Lavos where I could just load into a mission and live. So yeah, Fulmin's pretty strong. What about speed boost? That's a dead guy. That's a dead guy. Insta-death. Fulmin Prime sounds a little softer in comparison. It's got the metallic clinks in it. It's got metallic sound added in. Both on the shots and also on the recharge. It's got a kind of a digital sound added to the recharge. Also, I need to remember I've got 8 shots, not 6. So I'm so used to having fewer shots. I don't like this tile that it spawns me on. This doesn't feel like the best tile for me.
Engineer with Fulmin Prime, wanna see a dead body?
Now, do you want to see me do it again? Dylan, thank you very much for the 100 bits right there. I really appreciate it, my dude. Thank you very much on that. Just saying, speaking of broken builds, maybe tomorrow I can recover and send in the Discord the screenshot of my cursed Octavia build. I mean, if you wish to. Alright. Now let's level this up. That was without Nourish. Now let's Nourish it. Let's start full ability spammage. I mean, energy seems to be holding up pretty well. Is Archon Stretch not getting buffed by... Oh, Nourish ran out. Archon Stretch is buffed by Nourish. I was going to say, I watched it going up and then realised Nourish wasn't active. You know what I'd love to hear on more abilities? Debuff sounds. When the buff runs out, I want to hear it. Not timers where I have to look to the side of my screen. One side or another, or something like that. Proper debuff sounds. Because you get it with some abilities. Mesmer Skin, Volt Speed. Some abilities let you know when they run out. Others just kind of fade into the dark. What does Nourish do? So Nourish, step 1, it gives you a bonus viral on all your weapons. So, as if you've done viral modding, and it's a lot. Oh, it is a lot. Second, when enemies attack you, you deal a explosion, which applies viral procs to enemies in the area. That explosion is triggered, I think it's only once per second on hit. If you are Grendel, this will apply 10 stacks of viral. If you are not Grendel, it's 1 stack. It also, yeah, it doesn't stop there, it also multiplies your energy income. So it gives you a bonus to energy income equal to your strength. So if you have 100% strength, you'll get 100% more energy from all sources. If you have 300% strength, you get 300% more energy, a 4 times multiplier. That's quite a bit of energy. So, yeah, Nourish is a pretty beefy ability. More energy, which is great for casting all kinds of things, except when violence appears. Did I apply Reach Surge to him? I may have. In any case, he's dead. Rip Violence. Just kind of carved through him there. Felt pretty good. Yeah, Nourish gives you energy economy, it gives you enhanced damage. I don't understand. I don't know what that is. That is alien to me. Yeah, energy, damage, enhancement of damage because of viral procs. Slight stagger on enemies as well. It's good. I don't know what this is. This is... I mean, I teleported from here a second ago. But... And now it's no longer doing things. I teleported again and now it's no longer doing things. Okay, yeah, sure. Exclamation mark bug on that one, chat. Exclamation mark bug for that one. Anyway, I need to focus a little bit more on actually killing here. I'm letting that life support run down. Not good. You can hear the Fulmin's doing work. It may not be an incarnate weapon. It may be simply an A tier weapon, but it is still A+. It's an upgrade on the A of the original Fulmin. The sound design, your choice if you like it or not. But the stats speak for themselves. It is definitely an improvement. It is improvement in how it handles, how it feels, more than anything else, which is brilliant. It's not going to beat out the top tier incarnate weapons, but that's because you need to do a lot more work to get the top tier incarnate weapons. For starters, you need to get Steel Path. Bug is an actual command? It is an actual command because there is an ideal clip for it. Oh. There we are, I'm fine. I reactivated my buff, I'm okay. Are blue numbers from Shockwave? Blue numbers are ability damage. So they're slightly purpley blue. I think it's... Would you call that a lavender colour? I think I'd call that lavender. The lavender colours are the default colour for ability damage now. It makes it stand out against non-crit damage, because most abilities also don't crit, and so they were just kind of lost in the fray. So that's what they've added. Any ability damage direct does that now. My jaw is trying to click out of position again. Never fun when it does that. It's painful. It'll be fine. Just like this Wisp build. I'd say I'm handling pretty nicely. I'm not using my 2 at all here for defense. Hell, I'm not using my 3 that much for defense. My energy economy is holding up just fine. I didn't think it would hold up as well as it did, to be quite honest with you. I wasn't expecting it to be quite so good. Maybe it's the Eczema spawns, maybe it's because of the sheer enemy density in survival. You should probably tie this in Exterminate as well. We got another incoming Nasty Pasty. Trying to remove some limbs from another Acolyte. Since when abilities Lavender? Since recent update. Since Wisp Prime announced. Introduced, not announced. Hello, Angst. Ow!
Is Nourish viral damage multiplicative with modded viral?
Additive. It's additive like mods. So if you have Nourish, ideally you should be removing viral from your weapon builds because it's now no longer needed. You could instead put on Corrosive. You then get Corrosive and viral at Sabrina. And that could be quite something. In fact, for the Fulmin, because it's got innate electric, you could just go for Toxin modding to make the Corrosive, and then the other slot that you're saving, that can instead become Bladed Rounds. To aim for more crit damage. Although I prefer not aiming with the Fulmin. I'm just faster moving around. Because this feels more restricted than just this. I mean, it is more restricted, that's the thing. Hip fire with the Fulmin just feels better to me. But if you're okay with aiming, bladed rounds, get the extra damage. So, because of the sheer amount that Nourish does, it really does allow for a new power spike. It's basically like a super build. You get viral much more easily, because you don't need to mod it in, saving mod slots. You get viral procs all over the place, without a status chance necessarily behind it. You get energy income, which no ribbon can even do for you. It's a super ribbon. No ability, or very few abilities, have such power commanded behind them in such a versatile format. Does the Gladiator mod set bonus work on Cora's Whip Claw? I believe it does. I believe it does. I should have said so for certain in the Cora guide I did, so you can check that out. I would believe it does. Alright, I think 10 minutes is long enough for a quick, you know, whirl your nose here. We're holding up pretty nicely. These are only level 115 units. It's a typical testing ground for at least A-tier weapons. So would want to test against higher tier as well. Take it to level 200 or so. As you can see, I'm not holding on to life support very easily, but part of that I think this tile isn't the best one. I don't think this is the best tile for holding up life support indefinitely. I am seeing viral on these damage ticks, that's pretty nice. On the ability damage ticks, that is. I'll have to investigate exactly how it all comes together. Just how far Nourish goes, but Nourish do be a thing.
Extraction is ready.
Okay, yeah, it's time to go. Let's just grab enough life support for the way out. Get out my way, get out my way! Coming through! Oh god. Wisp speed. Wisp does not know the meaning of slow. Which is good, you know, I mean, that's kind of what you're hoping for from a haste mode. Actual haste. Oh, there we are. Beautiful.
They fought well. Good dance, all.
They're very, very nice. And a couple pointless arcanes. Now I've got so many of them. Alright. Okay, Wisp. Alright, Predator Queen, you take care. Have a good one. Still not fully leveled up, but honestly, not the main focus. But that confirmed the energy economy was holding up just fine in that survival. So yeah, let's take this to an exterminate, just to kind of wrap up the vibes here. And whilst I'm going to do so, I am also going to switch over the Fulmin to Corrosive. Let's not go the Bladed Rounds approach. I don't want to aim, frankly. Terminal Velocity, shove that onto that slot there. What can I get in for 5, or do I want to drop down the Infected Clip to 60-60? In fact, yeah, if I do Toxin 60-60, give me all the space, 9 capacity to work with. What can I put here instead? Hammer Shot, I could get the crit damage. Don't know if that's really the most sensible thing. I mean, it's half the crit damage of Bladed Rounds, but none of the aiming required. I could go Speed Trigger, lean into that. I could go a little bit more Multi-Shot, but that's not going to be a lot. Fulmin silent? Yeah, Shotgun mode is completely silent. Automatic is alarming, but not the Shotgun mode. It means it's also great with Ivara. Fun fact. Don't need that. What can I go for instead of Bladed Rounds? What would be of use to me here? Hunter Munitions is not the pick. Internal Bleeding is doing perfectly fine on that side for me. Speed Trigger I don't need because Wisp. Because again, I don't want to aim. I could go ammo max. No, that doesn't apply. It would have to be magazine, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think hammer shot's the one. Like, unless I wanted to go for Bane of Grenier, which I could, but that's not going to help against acolytes. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the hammer shot. Why not? Why not? Since our fire buffs could switch internal bleeding with hunter missions, put bigger mods elsewhere. That's true. Yeah, I could do that. I'd have a slight downtick in the frequency of was it slash procs? But then I'd have an uptick in the damage from whatever else I bring in. I'm going to stick with internal bleeding on this though. I'll stick with that. Right, so let's head over to Adaro Settler. Let's do an exterminate there. Get a vibe for how Wisp feels on that one. What has happened to my chat window? What is this gap on the left side?
Their rage is
what is this?
Focus impressive. Give them.
And now it's gone. Okay, that was cool. Alright, all of those active removes me nourished. Slight problem. But the electric is proccing. Oh, that's neat. That's neat because the electric's proccing and giving me energy back. And now I can just gain it even faster. Alright then, we're off. We're off, and so's that guy's head. This is still path, right? Alright, that's the switch to corrosive for you. Corrosive with viral. Yup. And people say that Fulmin's not good enough. Those people know nothing. Feel the fire rates, need to re-up those buffs. Use the damage numbers to find the next enemy to shoot. That one just dead. Come on. There we are, I'm up. Just had Eclipse on it and you're playing with a Barrage at all times? What? How would I have Eclipse when I've got Nourish on here? I don't know. Okay, I missed most of those shots. That's entirely on me. That one did not want to perish. Luckily he doesn't have a safety matter, so it's all good. Yeah, this seems to be handling just fine. There I say it, this seems to be handling just fine. Bit of a jaunt to the next one, okay. Just gonna make sure these are fully up. Hello. I am here to murder you all. Please kindly stay where you are until you are murdered. If you move, you will be murdered still. It's just going to be slightly more painful. I'll take off your armor for your face. And other friendly things to say to the Grenier as you murder them. Does she have prime booty? I have a signed armor on so as to hide that very question, you horny lot. I am concerned with what Brisk can do, not her ass. If you want to find out about that, you can go buy Wisp Prime yourself. Where is that other one? Oh, here it is. Buff. Hello. It feels weird not having a melee equipped to slam. Will I be posting my Fulmin build on YouTube? Yeah, I will be doing a guide, an updated guide for the Fulmin on YouTube, because I got such an old one on there. It needs the update. Oop, that hurt. Yeah, that handling's pretty fine, isn't it? How much platinum do I think the new incarnate adapters will cost? I don't remember if Eve said. I'll have to wait on see on that. It's only a few hours away. Am I ready for random chatters to yell at me for keeping the cape? Oh yeah. They can yell all they like. All they're pointing out is that they're horny bastards. Oh, this is the wrong time to brush thrown out. Does that blind torment? I'm guessing no, but let's just smash them anyway. And they're dead. Beautiful. Beautiful. And of course, corrosive helps out with killing them, and slash helps burn them down. Yeah, I'd say this does not need any kind of energize whatsoever. Nourish is that strong. Nourish is just that strong. Which is great. Ah, the things you can pull off these days with builds. Anyone troubling me? Don't think so.
So you conquer
Cape clips so much? Yeah. That's Dee's problem. Does Wisp passive work on Acolytes? Don't know, actually. Acolytes can be rather cagey about obeying invisibility, so I don't know. What I replaced with Nourish? I've replaced Soulgate, her 4th ability. Because Soulgate, unfortunately, even with all the strength in the world, doesn't really keep up. It doesn't. It's a high cost ability, not a good return. So instead we just Uwu. D knew what they were doing when they made the Uwu ability, one of the strongest options to put onto Warframes. They knew exactly what they were doing. Right, chat, we have actually gone overtime there, but it's fine. It was for Wisp, it was worth it. I think I am quite satisfied with that as an all-rounder. We're investigating more for her, obviously. But in the meantime, I think it's about time we do a Platinum giveaway. If you haven't already grabbed yourself a ticket, exclamation mark ticket in the chat for a chance to win the Platinum. Exclamation mark raffle if you have no idea what I'm talking about there. And if you would rather earn your Platinum rather than, you know, win it in a raffle, then you can always check out my Platinum guide now over on YouTube. It's the most recent video, you can't miss it. It's right there. I'll give you guys and gals a moment to grab a ticket. What was that phrase someone used the other day? Guys, gals, non-binary pals. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but I'll take it. Just great. Thank you. I think I've done nicely on the colours. You're probably not referencing the colours, but I'm going to say thank you anyway. Random did some good work there. Random did some good work on those colours. I still see we got a few tickets rolling in, so I'll give y'all a moment. You know what? You know what, Betty? I don't think I'm going to go down that road. You can keep that particular phrase. Alright, you got 30 seconds left to win the giveaway if you haven't already done so. Just 30 seconds remaining. In fact, less than that now because I said 30 a moment ago. 20 seconds remaining. Come on. And remember, there's a little bit of a delay, so technically it's more like 10 seconds your side, especially if you're on bad internet. Hell, if you're on really bad internet, you're watching from the moon, then congratulations, the giveaway's already closed, so deal with that. But for everyone watching in perfect real time, we've got 5 seconds left tonight before I close that up. I don't think that's ever been a command on the channel here. That's why. Alright. Everyone's in. Everyone who can be in is in. Did I ask him real quickly, which ability should I replace Vara's 2 with for energy regen? For regen? I mean, Ivara? How much energy are you using on Ivara? I actually go with a very efficient Ivara, so it depends on the rest of your build, to be honest. It would depend on the rest of your build. Because, like, if you don't have a high duration, then Dispensary wouldn't be a pickup. But if you do, then it could be a pickup. But if you're not staying in one space, then maybe less of a pickup. Are you using Equilibrium with Synfiber? Are you not? There's lots of considerations, so I can't really give you a direct answer there. Especially because I don't use an ability for energy regen on her. Anyway. Everyone who is able to enter has entered. I see there's a couple tickets tried to be redeemed too late there. That is the definition of too late, sorry. How much the bot doesn't respond to you if you use your welcome message to type a command, though. Anyway, of those of you who did enter in time in the first 3 and a bit hours of the stream, everyone who missed it, you can try another stream. The winner of the Platinum giveaway today is Kunak. Kunak, congratulations, you are the winner today. I'll be contacting you shortly here on Twitch to get hold of your Warframe username and platform. And we'll get that all sent on over to you there, Kunak. Congratulations. Don't spend it all at once. Even if you do really like the look of Wisp. You know, don't rush it that quickly. Even if I did rush it on stream earlier. Don't use that as an example, okay? All the same, congratulations there. We'll get that sorted out for you. Everyone else, don't go anywhere just yet. As much as that does bring us to, unfortunately, the end of today's stream. I know, streams have to end. It's horrible. It's almost like my hair. I'm going to get this cut tomorrow, if I remember. Do we pronounce it Kunak or Kunak? Flo? No. 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 Right. For anyone who doesn't want to sit around and hear to more arguments caused by Flo, we're going to head on over to another part of the Warframe community. So, let me see. Who can we raid? That is the question every single time we get to this point of a Warframe stream. Who can we raid today? Who do we want to raid today? Who's available to raid today? We can't go to Upskirt because they're on something else entirely. Let's see. The most viewed person on Warframe at the moment in the English language is me. Yay! Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate that. Let's see. We've got Canna Craig, Roadblock. We went to Roadblock recently. We've got a couple of VTubers. We don't do that. We just don't. I don't read VTubers. It's been a pretty poor response half the time. Most of the times, I just don't do that. Yeah. You are very welcome, Cropolises. You are very welcome. Humble brag? Oh, there's nothing humble about it, Idol. There is nothing humble about pointing out where I am on this directory. I'm very happy about that. And it... I don't know. Is it a brag when I have no control over it? When it is you guys arriving here, choosing to come to and stay at this stream? You guys make it happen, so thank you, all of you. I appreciate it. But I have no idea who to raid, so I'm just going to go to Canna Craig here and see if they are looking to end their stream anytime soon. If not, we'll just bug them. They're in the middle of a mission. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Boom. Alright, there we are. Raid is up. Raid is up. At least I'm honest. Well, of course I'm honest. Why would I need to lie to you guys? If I felt like lying to you guys about stuff, if I felt like lying, well, let's face it, there'll be a lot more sponsored videos. Let's put it that way. There isn't, because I am not going to take sponsors that intend to have me lie or otherwise mislead you. Nope, not going to do that. So, that aside, we're all done today now. I'll be back again on Wednesday for some more Warframe. In the meantime, you have yourselves a wonderful start to your week, and let's show some love to Canna Craig as we read on over. And have a good one. Bye-bye.